Hello, guys. How are we? I was supposed to be meeting somebody today for lunch, and my bad. I lost track of time, and I looked at my clock. I was like, geez, I was supposed to meet them an hour ago. So apologies for that. My bad. I was so in the zone coding that I got a little bit carried away with what I was doing. So my bad for that one. Got some pesto pasta here with some tomatoes, just a nice little snack. I'm going to go out for dinner tonight. I'm not sure where, though, after I've taught English. 5 in the live, 2 likes. Kobe Bryant won 5 NBA finals, lost 2. 6 in the live, 3 likes. Kobe retired in 2016, the 63rd triangular number. Okay. Before I get into this, hey, Javi, how you doing? Like number 2. Cheers for that. Thank you. I want to say much love to Stacey. I always talk about Stacey, a beautiful girl from England. I will be seeing her shortly, within the next couple of weeks, I hope. Go to Saltaire, a few drinks, and then head into Leeds for a night out. And then who knows, eh? But I'm looking forward to seeing Stacey. Hey, TJ Baker, I saw your comment asking if I was going to go live. Strange how many people have asked me to go live today. It's almost like it was meant to be for me to not so much cancel the lunch, but lose track of time and not go. So, hey, TJ. I also want to say this. Everybody who has received my book, who's emailed me, told me they thought it was amazing. They've shared it with the family members. It's actually woke some of the family members up to the beauty of numbers and how our whole reality could be coded. I'm very grateful. I have that book. I worked my ass off on that book, and I'm giving you it for free. Thanks to people who've donated and sent PayPals. You don't have to do that. It's amazing. Thanks to the new people that have signed up to the website purely after reading the book because they're so intrigued about what I do now. So if you do want that book, my email is in the description and I will send you it. I spent so long yesterday sending people the book. So long, like, hey, Illusion, I love your work. Please send me the book. Yeah, no worries, mate. There you go. But it adds up, like doing that and responding to people. But it's well worth it. 14 in the live, 6 likes for Donald Trump's birthday. And 14 times 6 is 84. Obama was born on 8/4. Obviously, Trump replaced Obama. Everything's coded. Everything is coded. Chuck, how you doing, Chuck? Love Chuck. Everyone knows that at this point. Adam, does Chuck have a Patreon or website? No. Here's how Chuck operates, who I've got nothing but respect for, okay? Chuck codes, especially now, for the knowledge. Does he bet? Yeah. Small stakes. Okay? He doesn't want the pressure all the time this happens. 18 in a live, 6 likes, the 18-6. I'll get into that in my code. Chuck doesn't want the pressure of having to put out codes daily and if they don't hit and having people go at him and all of that. So he does it for fun. He wins a bit of money. He does some mind-blowing codes. He does some codes that miss, like all of us in this community. But does he have a website or Patreon? No. If he ever set one up, would I support him and promote him? 100%. Do I ever think he will? No. Just from his personality, I don't think he will. But like I said, if he does, I'll be the first person to support him, like he supports me non-stop. Okay? So I've always said he's phenomenal at what he does. Jenny, sorry. You was another reason why I've gone live today, because you was sending me emails today. You shared a lot of personal information with me. I'm grateful for that. And you said, are you going live anytime soon? I was like, okay, Jenny. Good eye, Jenny. Like Forrest Gump. Jenny. I've gone live. You're one of the reasons as well. Just feels right with so many people asking me to do it. Much love if Joey's in the live as well. Okay, let me look at these comments before I get into the actual theme. So, Johnny, your laptop still won't load on your phone watching it for the first time. This is the first time you're watching me? Wow. On the live, on your phone? Betfair had Valencia, Atletico Madrid, half for each team to have one or more. Oh, okay, 1 to 2 for each team to have one or more corners in each half as a special. 30 minutes gone, no corners so far. TJ Baker, there you go. 19 in the live, 8 likes, 19 in the 8th prime. There you go. When they offer you these incredible bets that look like gimmies, all right, it's like, well, that's definitely going to hit. And they're doing it as a special. I would probably say it's around 80% that it misses. And then you get frustrated. And what they're going to do in that game, bro, they're just going to be keeping possession. There'll be barely any attacks. And they'll get close to the corner and they'll turn back. Outside hook, turn back, all the way back to the fullback. You know, just whip it in, get a deflection, get a corner. I remember I've told you, I've done it all when it comes to betting. I used to bet on how many corners there would be in a game. It was actually a fun bet to have. Look at that, guys. 23 in the live, 8 likes, Kobe's birthday. It was a fun bet to have the corners one for me. So was the cards when you'd bet on how many people would get booked. But it's so frustrating. Like when you've got I don't know, 4 players to be carded and it's 80 minutes in and no one's being carded. You're like, ugh. But you still have that glimmer of hope that maybe, just maybe there's a big brawl or something with 5 minutes left and the ref starts handing out cards. So you'll stay right to the end of it. Same with corners. You know what I mean? It is a fun bet, but it drains your energy. So yeah, TJ Baker, I completely agree with you. Cheeto, days between Pope Francis' birthday to the upcoming World Cup. Well, his birth date, sorry. 31412 days. If you sum the divisors, it will give you 54978. 5 plus 4 plus 9 plus 7 plus 8 equals 33. World Cup will be played on a Sunday. Sunday equals 33. Amazing. Qatar equals 33, but Qatar equals 33, where the World Cup's going to be. There's never 33 for you. We know how big that number's been. Like coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. The 11th of March, 11 times 3, 33. The US election, November the 3rd, 11 times 3, 33. Can't hang out. Bad storm coming, but hope you all having a great day. Look after yourself, Kathy. Look after yourself when it comes to those storms. Obviously, I experienced living through a Category 4 hurricane, the worst ever recorded where I live, and I had no electricity for 2 weeks. Yeah, and Chuck does prefer, going back to Chuck prefers historical codes. I told him that ages ago. I said, your historical codes are the best I've ever seen. Focus on that, and you don't have to worry about the money. The money might come if you do the odd bet. Do the historical codes. That'll help you with your sports codes. He does that, and the stuff he finds, guys, is a gift from God. If you are following the blue-yellow scheme for sports Ukraine flag, check the latest winner for the baseball Little League World Series. Exactly, blue and yellow. Blue and yellow won it. And you said, did it finish 11-0? That master number? Yeah, the blue and yellow theme is off the charts. I know the Freemason colors are blue and yellow, but I think it's deeper than that. Metal Face Doom, you've got a problem. You need some advice. What's up? I'll try and help you. Amazing PDF, mate. I thoroughly enjoyed reading it. The best syncs and breakdown I've ever seen. Liam, that just gave me goosebumps. Like, it's only like 20 pages. And it turns out Kobe died 2020. I had my awakening in 2020. Played 20 seasons in the NBA. And 20,000 people attended his memorial. I've just realized that now. It's 20 pages, isn't it? That book that I did is not something I just put together in like a day. It's the research I've done in 2 years. I could have made that book 100 pages if I wanted to, but I'm starting to learn now. 20 pages, get the most important information out, the most undeniable, and let people read it. Add a couple of images. So that means a lot that you said that, Liam, about the book. Laptop still won't load. AC ball was 227 even, 227, the 49th prime number. Prince Philip dying on 4-9. Brady retiring after 22 seasons with 7 rings. 227's pi. 22 divided by 7's 3.14, which is pi, the infinite number. And you're telling me your AC bull with 227? Yeah, my bulls are going up. I've got the AC on in the background. It's going on everywhere. I've heard in England the electricity bills are off the charts. Hi, Adam. I signed up on your website. Haven't got any emails. Hey, Joseph. Thank you so much for that. In regards to the emails, I don't have that yet, where you get an email every time I post. What I recommend is you check it. I know you guys work, you're busy, you have a family life, you go to the gym, you do whatever it is you do. I'd recommend when you wake up, check it, and check it as often as you can. I'll try and set it up that you get notified every time I post. It might frustrate you because I post so often, but I would just recommend checking in on the website as often as you can check in on it. But I'll speak to Gabriel about that. I'm sure there'll be a way where I can notify you every time I post, because I know a few of you want that. Happy Face Man, 9th like. Are you kidding me? The guy who called 9-0 for Celtic. Pasta looks nice. Thank you. I really like pesto. I really like pesto. It's got a lot of flavor to it. Stacey, just so you know, I like pesto. Hey, 6079, Qatar, the land of the Q. Goodyear calls their new blimp the November the 3rd Alpha. I guess that's why I call a leap year a good year. That's incredible, mate. Q, and like you always mentioned with Q's the 17th letter of the alphabet. And modern day Freemasonry was founded 1717. QAnon. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, Alfie Chico. Great job on the Cody PDF. It's an eye-opener. Cheers, Alfie. Thank you. I'm really glad that you enjoyed it. And thank you for the $2 donation. That'll get me an ice cream later after my English class. So cheers for that. Ferrero Rocher flavor. Numbers aside, I do very well when I think, what would the Casino Pro do? I've told you, like, odds and seeing the movements. If you are wanting to be serious with gambling, which I don't try to promote, I'll give you tips. I don't do it. I probably should do it, but I don't anymore. The algorithm gives you a lot of clues as to what's going to happen in the game. It honestly really does. Brazil wears the blue and yellow. Yeah, that's one of the best parts of their riddle. Have you seen Argentina's away kit's going to be purple? Messi was just wearing it yesterday. I think that was 113 days before the World Cup. And purple's the color of deception. So I don't know what that means. But it's also the color associated with the Vatican. And obviously Pope Francis is Argentinian, and the final's one day after his birthday. So they've got this purple away kit, Messi advertising it, and it could be the color of deception for people who like them to win it. They have a phenomenal riddle. It may be too good. The riddle may be too good, but I still definitely think people have to put some money on Argentina, to be honest with you. I really do. Yeah, so this shirt, yeah, it's got all the numbers as well. The release date of the shirt indicates that Argentina have a really good shot of winning this. Let me double check the exact span. Okay. So it's Messi holding it. Adidas just launched the new Argentina 2022 World Cup away kit. Yeah, you've got to check this out, this shirt. Adidas is your pyramid, isn't it? Argentina could get their 3rd World Cup as well. Their 3rd, which is just a huge number, the number 3. They could get the 3rd. And Argentina obviously have the sun in the logo, just like the Society of Jesus. Yeah, so it was launched it's going to be launched on the 29th, officially launched, which is, 11 weeks and 3 days before the World Cup final, the 113. Paris Saint-Germain's 113 in Gematria, where Messi plays. But what's interesting, they're going to release this shirt on a day leaving 93 days left in the year. And I told you how Harry Kane was born in 93, England captain, which is the year that England's captain during the 1966 World Cup, Bobby Moore, died. There's a lot of 93s with England. It could be England, Argentina, guys. It really could. How about on the day that Kobe had his 81-point game and his 666 game, Obama was 162 for 2 days old, which is the zip code of the New Bethlehem. Oh, I get it, where Jesus is from. Wow, all the Kobe connections with Jesus are insanity. The NASCAR winner, blue and yellow as well. September 17th is a big event day. Kobe Bryant, 16096 days old. Wow, 179, the 41st prime. The age he died. My mate's going down a dark path. He was talking to me about smoking that rock. W2F should I do? You've just got to do all you can. Like, I haven't even got into the theme of the live yet. This is what happens, but all you can do is give advice and say you shouldn't do that. That can kill you. I don't want you to die. You're an amazing person. I don't recommend this, but at the end of the day, if the person really wants to do that, I always say this: whatever a person puts inside their body is up to them. If it's their body, it's up to them. They have that free will to do it. Whether it's good things they put in it or bad things, it's their choice. And whatever you tell them, it's still going to be their choice. If he does it, and he really wants to do it, sometimes there's not anything you can say. Wait. Howdy, Anna. A Christian is a follower of the Messiah, can never be ahead of the Messiah. Absolutely. Follower. You won't get ahead of him. It's the ultimate. So check this out with the Antichrist. People think the Antichrist is just one being. Antichrist for me is anybody who's anti-Christ. Anybody who doesn't believe in Christ. That's Antichrist. Okay? And I think there's a lot of people within this world, like your Pope Francis is, your Bill Gates, who really are, they have the spirit of the Antichrist within them. They have the spirit. So yeah, anti means against, Antichrist against Christ. I think anyone who doesn't believe in Christ is against Christ. You're not with him, you're against, aren't you? Don't mean you hate Christ, you just don't believe in him. So yeah, when you break down Antichrist, the actual word, it's interesting. Messiah, Cristiano, exactly. I've covered all that. I said how Ronaldo was born 869 days before Messi, and Ronaldo Jr. was born 869 days before Thiago Messi, who's currently 9 years old, by the way. Of course he is. Not the electric bill for them to repair it when it stopped since emailing with you late last night. I bought it 2 years, 3 months ago. 227, then you email me live, now it's freezing. Oh my goodness. 2 years, 3 months, 23 the 9th prime. They actually both had corners in the first, so we'll see now in the second. Weird odds. Teams really don't get a corner and a half. Yeah, we'll see. Let me know. Keep me updated with that. Let's see what happens. It's 1-2. You can't complain with those odds. But for both teams to get a corner in each half, I would say on average, your team gets 4 corners a game. On average, if you did the stats, Opta stats, probably 4 corners a game on average. And I'd be shocked if both of them don't get at least 1 corner in each half. But again, if they're giving that odds out, they may screw you. They may screw you. I'm trying to think. It's an Argentina versus England final, Brazil versus Argentina. Bang on the money. Will they do Brazil and Argentina? An exact carbon copy of the Copa America final, which Argentina won? Would they let Brazil get there again and lose? I don't know. I think a South American team against an English team. I've been saying this adamantly for a long time. A South American team against a European team. Argentina, England, or England, Brazil. Maybe Germany, Brazil. Maybe Brazil get their revenge when they got battered 7-1 in Brazil by Germany, which I have to do my video about that game because I coded it. I just never did a video. Do you remember when Germany beat Brazil 7-1 in Brazil? Humiliated Brazil. Humiliated them. 7-1. Remember, coronavirus was declared a pandemic the 71st day of the year. Okay? That was a humiliation ritual where Germany literally turned into the greatest team I've ever seen. Or Brazil were the worst. I'm not sure. But that game, I still actually remember watching it. Like, Germany were just getting goal after goal. It was literally like watching a five-a-side game. It was scandalous, guys. Thanks for that. Needed to hear that. No point getting mad over stuff that's not in my control. Peace and blessings. Exactly. Brighton or Fulham, I'll have to take a look. You should do gematria for college football. I do. I'm great at college football. I'm great at the NFL. It's all the same. Everything's coded. All right? It's no different. Whatever it is you code. Somebody was asking me today, bro, a few people, Steve-O, a few other people were messaging me this. Strange today. Illusion, do you reckon Serena Williams wins the US Open? Absolutely not. Serena Williams is on 23 Grand Slams, the 9th prime. She ain't going off that. All right? Serena Williams will not be winning the US Open at 41 and getting a 24th Grand Slam, and Kobe died at 41 and wore 24. That's a monumentally huge trap. Serena's done. That bloke is done. Won't win anything again. Like I've told everyone, Tiger Woods won't win anything again. It's done. I don't think LeBron wins anything again. All right, their time's done. These athletes, LeBron, Serena, Tiger, they're done. All right, what's the top of the live? I'll get into it. Basically, our live scripted. So give me about 15 minutes to not respond to comments. Slick Rick. Woo! Oh, hey, check this out. MJ years he won. 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13. Add it up, you get 60, like he went 6-0. Bro, how have I missed that? Kobe's highest score, Kobe's final game, he scored 60 points, mate. Wow. And I've told you with Michael Jordan, he won 6 out of 6 NBA finals, like 66. The Church of Satan was founded in 66. The NBA was founded June the 6th, 66. The Chicago Bulls were founded in 66. The bull is connected to the beast. Okay? It's absolutely insane as I have 46 in the live and LeBron James is 4-6 in NBA finals. I'll get into that as well. I will be breaking down in this live my connects with Kobe and LeBron because they're startling if you haven't watched my last video. Startling. All right? So let's get into this. Yeah, in the clock, 6.6 seconds left in his last shot. That's where it's man not doing this. All right? That's where you can firmly say that man is not controlling this reality. It's supernatural, which I'll get into in a moment. Hey, Stacey, are you in the live? I just want to know. So let's break this down then, guys. With actually, I have to read Detroit Aaron's comments. A lot of respect. Add up Cowboys Super Bowls equals 103. That's the 27th prime, by the way. Brady won the Super Bowl in 2-7. Super Bowl 55. With this one plus 57 equals 160. Dak got 160 million contract, 103rd season now. Wow. Yeah, again, another reason why I don't think Brady wins because it's going to be the 103rd season. 103 is the 27th prime. He won Super Bowl 55 on 2-7. Like, unless they really want to wake up the whole world or God does to sports being coded, Brady's not winning. Okay, so every time a team wins a World Cup, they get a star on their shirts. The star equals the 22 fallen angels. Exactly. And another reason why I think this could be the last ever World Cup, going to the fact of the 22 fallen angels, is this is going to be the 22nd edition of the World Cup. It's in 2022. 22 is that master number, guys. 11 times 2 is 22. The Jesuits operate in 112 nations. Catholicism 112. Mathematics 112. The Basilica was struck by lightning twice on 11/2, the 11th of February. So, all right. No more reading comments for a while now. So are our lives scripted? I firmly believe they are. I also believe that you have free will, but to an extent, our lives are scripted. We are connected to certain people for a reason. We do the jobs we do for a reason. Okay. We dislike certain people for a reason. We live where we live in for a reason. We have kids when we have them for a reason. We get married on the date for a reason. And I'm just going to quickly now break down. So I'm not going to see your comments. My syncs with Kobe and LeBron really quickly. Something made me do this today. So I was born 2,791 days after Kobe. 2,791, guys, is the 406 triangular number. Okay? And 406 is like 46, isn't it? Like 46, a number I talk about. No, actually, 2791 is a 406 prime, like 46. And LeBron James became 4 and 6 in NBA Finals the year that Kobe died. I used to live at house 199, which is the 46 prime. Brady was drafted 199th pick. The sum of 406 is 720, like 72. Pope Francis became the Pope the 72nd day of 2013, like 213 when the Super Bowl was in LA, February the 13th. LA's dialing code 213. And 720 is the 201st day of the year. It's when man supposedly went to the moon. Kobe died 201 days before coronavirus was declared a global pandemic. I was born 201 days before 11/1, like 111, which is a day leaving 60 days left in the year. Kobe's last ever game was a day before my birthday, and he scored 60 points. LeBron overtook Kobe in the scoring charts on 125. 12 times 5 is 60. Kobe died in a helicopter. A helicopter gets you 111. The Lakers won the NBA on 10/11, like 111, October the 11th. So the connections are just baffling. And 406 is the 28th triangular number. 28 is a perfect number. It's the 7th triangular number. And the sum of 28 is 56. Okay? It's a perfect number is 28. I used to live in house number 7 where my family still live. Kobe played in 7 NBA finals. I decoded Brady to get his 7th ring dinner, and he got on the 7th day of February before the season began. The sum of 28 is 56. LeBron just played 56 games for the LA Lakers the year LA Rams won Super Bowl 56 in LA, which he attended. Okay? And I used to live in LA 7 years. Coronavirus equals 56. The governor of California said 56% of Californians will get coronavirus in 8 weeks, and 8 weeks is 56 days because 7 times 8 is 56, and Kobe was born in 78. I did my first ever video on YouTube 3 days after LeBron and the Lakers won the NBA. I did it October the 14th, 2020, a span of 263 days after Kobe died. 263 is the 56 prime, guys. I'm doing this video today and the other video I did earlier because it's meant to happen. This is why I think my life's coded. I took a screenshot of my first ever YouTube video, which was called Kobe Bryant 41 and Done. All right. When I had next to no following. Check the views on that. 529 views. All right. Remember Jurgen Klopp stayed on 529 career wins after he lost to Real Madrid. And then Liverpool's parade was on May the 29th, 529, which is JFK's birthday, who's associated with all these major rituals. Okay. 529 views on this video. 23 comments. 23 times 23 is 529. When LeBron originally signed for the Lakers, he was given the number 23 jersey. Okay. 2/3 is 66.6%. Kobe Bryant's highest scoring game was in his 666th game. He had a 666 training workout plan, and he died at 497 months and 3 days old, 4973, the 666 prime. And then you've got the fact that I have 18 likes on that video, and 6 + 6 + 6 is 18. One of the reasons why Man United signed Ronaldo at age 18 and he re-signed 18 years later for the Red Devils at age 36. Again, your 1 + 8 is 9 and 3 + 6 is 9. And 23 is the 9th prime. And the square root of 9 is 3. And I did my first ever YouTube video 3 days after the Lakers won the NBA, which they won on National Father Daughter Day, the year that Kobe and Gianna died. And I looked at how many subs I have today. 5.57 thousand subscribers. Not bad, is it? It's not bad. I deserve way more. And 557 is the 102nd prime number. Super Bowl 56. Remember how LeBron played 56 games last season? Was the conclusion of the 102nd NFL season. Kobe, now check this out. This gave me chills. Woo! This gave me chills to my spine, baby. Kobe died a span of 11 weeks and 3 days before my birthday. Okay? Before my birthday. He died 11 weeks and 3 days before my birthday. Kobe Bryant in Gematria gets you 113. He was drafted round 1, pick 13. He made his NBA debut, official one, on November the 3rd, 113. Coronavirus was declared a global pandemic on the 11th of March, 113. 11 times 3 is 33. I was born on 33 dating emoji. I had my awakening at age 33. Just unbelievable stuff. It's a master number. It's 33. Remember, monkeypox was declared a national emergency 33 weeks before the 3-year anniversary of coronavirus being declared a global pandemic. 113 is the 30th prime. This gave me chills. 113 is the 30th prime. And Kobe's last ever game was a span of exactly 30 years after I was born. 113, the 30th prime. Corona gets you 30. The National Basketball Association gets you 113. 113 is the 30th prime. There's 30 teams in the NBA because everything is coded. All right? 30 years is 360 months, like 36, and 666 is the 36 triangular number. And I'm doing this live stream right now at the age of 36. Yes, I'm 36. Whilst all these satanic rituals are going on, and 3 + 6 is 9. Okay, 4 times 9 is 36. And Prince Philip died on 4/9 at age 99 on the 99th day of the year. California was founded on 9/9. Last season's NFL season began on September the 9th, 9/9, 99 days before the false prophet Pope Francis's birthday. And the 2 quarterbacks in the Super Bowl were number 9s, Stafford and Burrow. The last major play of Super Bowl 56 was by Aaron Charles Donald, who wears the number 99 jersey. 9 times 11. 9 times 11 gets you 99. My neighbors are banging because I'm animated, but I'm going to keep going. So it's crazy that Kobe ended 5-7 in NBA finals. He died in a helicopter, which gets you 57 in the purest cipher. Okay, we're about to have Super Bowl 57, and I've done my code on who I think is going to win it. I ain't going to tell you. It's not fair on people on my website that I always give away who I think is going to win. I've already given you so many picks. So it's all connected to Kobe Super Bowl 57 because he ended 5-7 in NBA finals. That gives him a win rate of 71% in NBA finals. 71. Coronavirus was declared a global pandemic on the 71st day of 2020. Kobe's 2020 birthday fell on 71 date numerology pure. 71 is the 20th prime. Kobe died in 2020, and I had my awakening in 2020. Okay, Kobe played 20 seasons in the NBA, and 20,000 people attended his memorial, guys. The word death gets you 20 as well. And I don't think Kobe died. If you've seen my recent post I did on my website about Myles Garrett, once again, you're going to have your mind blown. Because Myles Garrett did an interview recently, which was a span of 2 minutes and 24 seconds in length. 224. Gianna Bryant wore number 2. Kobe, 24. Their memorial was on February the 24th, 224. 4 weeks and 1 day after they died. Kobe died at 41. All right? 41's the 13th prime. Kobe died at 41. Gianna died at 13. And what happened with the Myles Garrett video is that he talks like Kobe, he moves like Kobe, has the same dog as Kobe. He's playing at Cleveland. Obviously, LeBron James is a Cleveland legend. LeBron James overtook Kobe in the scoring charts the day before Kobe supposedly died. He did it in Philadelphia, where Kobe was born. And on the court, there was a snake, and Kobe's known as the Black Mamba. And if you look at the Black Mamba logo, it's the shape of a helicopter. All right? And is it a coincidence that Myles Garrett, who I think is Kobe Bryant, and I've done the best videos you'll ever see on that to back it up, that his opening game is in Charlotte versus the Carolina Panthers, like the Black Panthers, but it's in Charlotte, and Kobe was drafted by Charlotte. And Michael Jordan, who inducted Kobe into the NBA Hall of Fame, owns the Charlotte Hornets. So my name, don't laugh at my middle name, it's my dad's name. Much love to my dad, nothing but love for him because my dad's half Welsh. My full name's Adam Ivor Edwards. So my initials are vowels, AIE. All right? Equals 157. Kobe Bryant equals 157. Kobe died a span of 157 days after his birthday. 157 is the 37th prime. The LA Lakers won the NBA exactly 37 weeks after Kobe died. Yes, exactly. I always say how coronavirus was declared a global pandemic exactly 18 years and 6 months after 9/11. All right. And the speed of light is 186,000 miles per second. And my 2020 birthday was a span of 18 weeks and 6 days before Kobe's. 186. 18 plus 6 is 24 for his jersey number, guys. How there's 24 hours in a day. How I was born on 14/4, and there's 1,440 minutes in a day. Can you believe this? How beautiful all of this is? 14 plus 4 is 18. And all the 18s with Kobe. 18 All-Star appearances that he got. NBA All-Star 18 times. It's absolutely remarkable stuff. All right. These 18s. Who got the opening goal this year in the Premier League? Who got it? Gabriel Martinelli for Arsenal. When was he born? The 18th of June, 1806. When's the World Cup final going to be? One day after Pope Francis turns 86. 186. Okay? It's unbelievable stuff what I'm talking about here. So these connections, by the way, I was my 2020 birthday, 18 weeks and 6 days before Kobe's 2020 birthday, where he would have turned 42. Remember, since Kobe died, the last 3 NBA finals have finished 4-2. The recent Stanley Cup final finished 4-2. The Warriors beat Boston 4-2. The most recent World Cup final between France and Croatia, 4-2. The Beast reigns for 42 months. I was born on 42 date numerology. 18 weeks and 6 days is 132 days. Super Bowl 56 was on the 13th of February, 13-2. 9/11, by the way, fell on a day, leaving 111 days left in the year. And I was born 201 days before 1/11. It's unbelievable, guys. 18 years and 6 months is exactly 222 months, and Order Out of Chaos is 222. So is Wuhan coronavirus in Gematria, and we're in 2022 right now. So those syncs there. 81 is 18 in reverse, as I have 18 likes. Look, guys, I have 36 in the live, 18 likes. 18 times 2 is 36. 1 plus 8 is 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. It's crazy. Hey up, Fat Henry UK. Much love, Thomas. Dirty Dogs. You was 42 at Kobe's death. Wow, mate. Wow. My credit score raised 26 points. Are you serious? Kobe's highest scoring game, he got 26 points in the first half and then died on the 26th day of 2020. Born in Philadelphia, 101, the 26th prime. 26 letters in the alphabet. My Patreon gets deleted on 26, 2 months and 6 days after my birthday. The Warriors end on 206 playoff wins, which I called them to win it all the way back in December. I hope there's no drilling tomorrow. That'll drive me insane. Stepdad's son was also hit by lightning. Forgot to mention that. I gave him the code, so now I'm going to wait for it. Please let me know what he says. That's crazy that he got struck by lightning. Like, the odds of that are off the charts. Let's check what it is. It's really, like, minute. The odds of being struck by lightning in a given year are less than 1 in a million, and almost 90% of all lightning strike victims survive. Okay, so the odds of you getting hit are really low. You've got a 1 in 15,300 chance of getting struck by lightning in your lifetime. All right, that's what it's saying, according to the NWS, for your three-worded abbreviation. But it says 90% of people who get struck by lightning survive the ordeal. I don't believe in any of these stats that they throw out there. And the smarter I've become, when they throw out these bullshit stats like 90% of people who get struck by lightning survive, there'll be some people that get struck by lightning that don't even tell the doctor that. So how do they know these stats? Absolute bullshit, isn't it? Kobe's pilot, Ara Zaboyan, also syncs with Kawhi Leonard, who also used Kobe's pilot. Yeah. Kawhi Leonard got the MVP in the All-Star game after Kobe died, which was first to 157 points. Like how he died a span of 157 days after his birthday. And AZ is like 126. A's the first letter, Z's the 22nd. 126. The pilot's initials AZ. 126. The pilot was responsible, supposedly, because of disorientation for the crash, which was on 126. And his name in gematria is 41 in the purest cipher, like Kobe Bryant is, who died at 41. 41, I've told you, is 41 is the first day of the calendar. The 13-month calendar is 41. That's why 41 is the 13th prime. 52 divided by 4 is 13, not 12. Gianna died at 13. Kobe's death with Gianna was a big time ritual. It connected to time. It connected to astrology. It massively connects to coronavirus. It massively connects to the book of Revelation, because Revelation's playing out now. So I'm saying enjoy every single day. All the nines that you're seeing is the number of completion. Something's about to be completed. Something major. All right? And it could be the return of Jesus. It could be the completion of the New World Order. It could be the completion of bringing the Antichrist to this earth. Could be the completion of Agenda 2030. It could be the completion of a global awakening. We'll find out. But it's going to be in our lifetime. All right? Put it that way. I have no doubt in my mind. Clockwork equals 666. Time loop 666. Astrology 666. Incredible. So crazy, like why Kobe, you know? It had to be someone. Kobe's the Black Mamba, the serpent. Again, connects to the Revelation, the Garden of Eden. Convincing Adam and Eve, which gets you 56, by the way, in gematria. Again, Adam and Eve, guys. You've got Adam and Eve. Adam. My name's Adam. You got John the Baptist, my brother, John. It's unbelievable, to be honest with you. It really is. 9 is the return of Jesus, then Satan. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but we just had Liverpool win 9-0, Celtic 9-0, right after a 9-year-old girl got shot in Liverpool. I've done all of my content on all that. We had my live stream. You witnessed what I do firsthand, coded it, all what was happening, telling you what was happening in play, what was going to happen, and it was all about the number 9. And then so many people won money. God bless them for that, through being inspired by my live stream, by what I see day in, day out, and what I call out. So let's get into this now. I'm asking, are our life scripted? Because my whole life has been synced up with Kobe Bryant, and I never knew it, but now I know it. And my first ever YouTube video was about Kobe. I've done a book. The first one I've kind of released, although I'm giving it away for free, is about Kobe Bryant. It woke me up, guys, his death. I lived in LA. There's a reason why Adam moved from Yorkshire to live to LA, to have this journey. All right, how I live in Mexico now, which gets you 33 in gematria, just like England. All these connects in my life, which again, somebody wants to make a documentary about my life called The Road to the Illusion. I'll do it. Even if I'm the only one who watches it. Because I was actually speaking to my mate yesterday, Greza, much love Greza. Spoke for about an hour. He called me in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m. in England, witch's hour, or whatever it was. And he said, you know why you've been so successful, Adam? Because you have balls. You've taken chances. You've taken risks. And I was like, I don't know if it's even me or if it's just my code. It was like, whatever it is, you've got balls. I was like, thank you. So, yeah, I think this documentary they're going to do about me, The Road to the Illusion, my life before even becoming the illusion was noteworthy. So it's going to be a fun one. He said he's going to make it 33 minutes in length as well. Look at that. All right. September 17th is the game changer day. You keep mentioning that, Detroit Aaron. I've penciled it in my calendar as well. And it's approaching. It's approaching. I can see that being a big day with the 179. I really can. FA Cup winners nines. Yeah, Liverpool, if they win the FA Cup, they get their 9th FA Cup. I called them last year to win it before the FA Cups began, and they won it. Dramatically, but they won it. So, all right, let's talk about if our lives are coded. Because that's why you're here. All right? You always hear things like, I followed my instincts. All right? Or I'm blessed. I've worked so hard to get what I have, to be a success. All right? You always hear sayings like, the script's already been written, or you couldn't have written a more perfect script. You hear that all the time. So, like, for example, when you're younger, you often want to be something when you're older. So imagine you want to be a doctor and you believe that you were born to be a doctor, and you're like age 9 and you just always obsessing over about being a doctor. And then 10 years later, you attend a lecture by a scientist and you're really fascinated by it and you want to become a doctor. And that all happens. Like, is that being coded for you? Was I coded to be a teacher? Was I coded to be a coach? Was I coded to become the illusion? Is it organic? Is there a natural script to it all? Is it completely free will? Is it all about your decisions that you make in your life? Whether you settle for just being comfortable, whether you take chances. Is it luck? Is it about being a lucky person, unlucky? Fate? What is fate for me? Fate is it's the development of events beyond a person's control. That's fate. Destiny. Okay? Regarded as determined by a supernatural power. Supernatural power could be God. Okay? It could be the fallen angels. All of this. So people always ask, do you believe in fate? Do you believe in destiny? And I'll just say the same thing all the time. I believe that we are given this life that's scripted, but you have free will. But you have an ultimate destination, and it's up to you how you get there, but you have an ultimate destination. Okay? It's a predetermined state. Something that's inevitable. I always hear people say, it's inevitable that we were going to go into lockdown. All right? And it's usually an adverse outcome. So when it comes to fate, it's a tough one. Because you've got fate and destiny. Fate is predetermined, all right? That you've been given a code from birth, and whatever you do, whatever you say, however you behave, that's because it's been predetermined. You have no say in your life. That is fate. Okay? That's how you would define fate. I particularly don't like the idea of it's completely predetermined and you have no free will, because the Bible tells us we have free will. Destiny is different, because destiny depends on your choices. But then you've got to ask yourself, the choices you make, are they already predetermined by fate? Or is it just your soul, your spirit? Okay? That determines your choices. I left England. I had a great life in England. I was playing semi-pro. I was teaching physical education. I had a beautiful girlfriend called Heather. I had a really comfortable life. I had loads of friends. I was really happy. I left all of that to go to the US. Okay? Where I built this incredible life for myself in the US. I meet a Mexican girl, an absolutely stunning, incredible Mexican woman who I go on to marry. I would not have married her if I didn't move to Mexico with her. I was thriving in LA, and she said to me, I want to leave LA. I'm done with it. I want to go to Mexico, and I want to basically start a life there. And I want you to come with me. So basically said, are you going to come with me? And which referred to basically, we're going to get married? Or she's going to leave to Mexico. I'm going to stay in LA, living this great life. My soul and my spirit told me I have to go with this girl. And I gave up my, again, wonderful life in LA, like I had a wonderful life in England. I gave it all up to go to Mexico, a country I'd never visited before, that I knew nothing about, that pretty much 99% of my friends and family said you should not go there. It's dangerous. You don't speak the language. Nobody knows you. You're not going to adapt to the weather. You're not going to adapt to the culture. All of that. Did I make that decision through my spirit? Yeah, Heather. Heather, she was an actress. Beautiful, funny girl. And did I make that decision to go to Mexico, where I am now? And I've been here 8 years. Did I make that? Was it predetermined? Was I always going to come here at the age that I did, the date that I did? It makes you think. It makes you think. If Kobe Bryant did die, if he died, huge if, his life was completely coded and he was supposed to go out when he did, like he did, with his daughter. So again, fate versus destiny. Fate refers to a predetermined course of events that's inevitable. Okay? Destiny refers to a predetermined course of events that can be shaped by an individual. I believe in destiny, not so much fate. I'll say that again. Destiny refers to a predetermined course of events that can be shaped by an individual. That comes down to your free will, the choices that you make in your life. Fate is believed to be inevitable and cannot change. Destiny can be changed by an individual. Okay, you may have an original script that your life's supposed to go by, but with good choices or bad choices, then it can completely flip the script. You always hear the saying, flip the script. And that's what destiny is, because destiny can be changed by an individual's choices. Whereas fate can't be. Your choices are already predetermined. All right? Whatever you had for dinner today, this is fate. Whatever you had for dinner today, you are always going to have. You might think that you decided it, but no, it was in your code. I was supposed to have pesto pasta with tomatoes. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe I made the choice last night to make it and make enough so I could have some for lunch today. That I made that decision. I was smart enough to do that. I wasn't greedy enough to eat everything like I usually do. So it's a tough one when it comes to this. Fate's often associated with negative connotations and tends to give rise to pessimistic views. All right? It's fate. Okay? I don't really like that term, fate. Destiny is not associated with negative connotations and gives rise to optimistic views. Destiny, this is my destiny. It was his fate to die on this day. So, like, if you think about Romeo and Juliet, which supposedly William Shakespeare wrote, who I don't think even existed. If you think about that, was Romeo and Juliet destined to die? Were they destined to meet each other? Was it destiny or fate that the families hated each other, the Capulets and the Montagues? I don't know, because Shakespeare in Romeo and Juliet, it explores the theme of fate. Let me just respond to this email. It explores the theme of fate. I'm still going now, Durell. If you want to jump in, you'll probably enjoy it. And people tell me that Romeo and Juliet was a love story. I tell them it was a 17-year-old who dated a 13-year-old who killed themselves. It was about teenage suicide. It wasn't a love story. It was a tragedy. Okay? However much they try and tell you it was a love story, it was a tragedy. And it was selfish from those two kids. Or then again, maybe it was fate. So from the beginning of the play, the audience is told what is going to happen. Pretty much told what's going to happen. Because we know Romeo and Juliet's fate. We're constantly hoping that they will take a different course. But you know what happens, that they poison themselves, stab themselves, all of that. But their fate was sealed and they were doomed to die. There was no stopping it. There was no stopping it. Fate would be, they were supposed to go the way they did, how they did, where they did, on the date they did, the time they did. Or was it just destiny, where you had two teenagers who were not happy with their lives? Maybe they were mentally ill. Maybe they were genuinely so-called in love, or at least thought they were, because I don't think a 13-year-old can be in love, to be honest with you. Like, I think you can love your family at that age. I don't think you can love a guy and be madly in love with them. You can lust after them. You can be attracted to them. You can be connected. But to say a 13-year-old Juliet was in love with a 17-year-old Romeo, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. But again, Shakespeare will say it was fate. Their lives were already pre-written. Their code. All right. And like I said, fate, the development of events beyond a person's control. Regarded as being determined by a supernatural power. You've got to believe in the supernatural at this point, guys. This is why I'm saying the average man, the average Freemason, the average Jesuit, people in this community trying to trap you saying it's man doing all of this and not very good at doing what they do. Simple as that. If you fall for that at the beginning like I did, fair enough, respect. If you still believe in that man is coding this reality, then you're mentally ill. You're mentally ill, or you're intentionally going out your way to distract people from God and the supernatural world. So, like, think about destiny. Written in the stars. Have you heard that song? Written in the stars, a million miles away. Tiny Temper. Written in the stars. All right? You've got words like chance and luck and serendipity and fortune, karma, all of this. Like, do you believe in karma? Do you believe your decisions then will come back to haunt you or reward you? Do you believe in that? Or are your decisions already predetermined by a code, which is fate? It's really interesting to me, this stuff. I could write a book about this. Destiny is what you create for yourself. Fate is when you fail to create your own destiny, basically. That's how I see it. All right? That's how I see it. So when people ask, oh, Durrell, thank you so much, brother. So I've got an ice cream from somebody, $10. That'll probably, what will that get me? That could get me a cheeseburger. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, they do like making love stories and tragedies. Most love stories end in tragedy, don't they? Because they know that pulls on people's heartstrings. People can relate to that, okay? If everything was perfect and there's this perfect love story and then they all live happily ever after all the time, that's usually not how it works. Usually it can have a happy ending, but usually there's a lot of shit from the beginning and the middle that leads to the happy ending. Think about Shrek and Fiona. That wasn't smooth, was it? Shrek and Fiona was not smooth. It was not a smooth relationship. It was a lot of adversity that led to it finally being accepted, where they were madly in love and people were happy for them. At the beginning, nobody in that show, pretty much, or the film, thought that Shrek, the ogre, would be happily married with a princess, Fiona, who was played by a bloke, Cameron Diaz, by the way, and was Shrek played by Mike Myers, Austin Powers. Do I make you horny, baby? Whatever I'll say about Mike Myers, funny guy. Absolutely adore the movies Austin Powers. My mate was Tiny Temper's PA. Wow, that's crazy. My phone froze. That was wild. We know that YouTube screw with me and they mess with my sound. They mess with my connection. They cut me off. They've deleted live streams for no reason. So just enjoy it whilst I'm here. Joseph, how are you doing? Jesus is coming soon. I just love that. Titanic is another example of a tragic love story. You've got Jack and Rose. Jack, you always have the working class or lower class guy and the wealthy girl. Just like Juliet came from a really wealthy family. And then you had Romeo come from a real poverty-stricken family. You had Jack, who was Leonardo DiCaprio, who also played Romeo. Guys, that's not a coincidence that Leonardo DiCaprio played Romeo and Jack from the Titanic. And obviously in the Titanic, Jack got on the boat, didn't he? The Titanic, supposedly. Who knows if that even sank? If it did sink, it wasn't the Titanic, it was its sister ship. But I'm not even sure that happened. People say the Titanic sank because it had people who were against the Federal Reserve on it, and they wanted to take them out because they needed their vote. So they got rid of all these wealthy people. Who knows? Who knows? Okay. The Titanic sinking was all connected to my birthday as well. All right. Did it not sink on the 15th of April and set off on the 14th? And I was born on the 14th of April. So going back to the Titanic, which was a tragic love story. Okay. Every night in my dreams, woo, I see you. I can't even. I feel you. That's a hard one to nail. Guys, I'm getting all these parents asking me to coach the kids. Wild stuff. So Jack, obviously, he couldn't afford to go on the Titanic. This was all your upper class, high level people within society on the Titanic. All right. The largest ship in the world at the time. The unsinkable ship, which sinks on its first journey. What a joke. What an absolute joke. Set off from what? Southampton? The Saints? Very biblical what happened with the Titanic. So Jack, basically, did he not win a game of cards? Like he won a game of cards. Woo! And he thought he hit the jackpot, and it was the greatest thing ever. Jack, this poor guy, I think he was an orphan. He gets on the boat or the ship. All right. And he thinks the best thing ever has just happened to him. He's going on this ship. He's going to live the dream. The Titanic. History is being made. Do you think at the time when he won that card game, he had any idea that he was going to die and he would never come off that ship again other than in the water? Was that fate? Was that destiny? Was it always going to happen that Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack, was going to win that card game, get on the Titanic, and die? Did he have the choice with the card game? If he didn't gamble, then he would never have got on the ship. They say gambling's connected to the devil. That's why the roulette table, you add up all the numbers, it's 666, the number of the beast. Did he have a choice? Was that his script, that he was going to play that card game, win, get on that ship, meet the love of his life, fall madly in love with her, and then die? His last words were with her whilst he was in the water, and she was like, she survived just about, didn't she? And again, people are talking about equal opportunities and everything. Well, how do you feel about the fact that the ships or the boats that came and helped people, the survivors, took the women and the kids first? I wonder if they would have pushed equal opportunities back then. It was the women and the kids that got on the boats. Pretty much all the men died. All right. So again, going back to that with the Titanic, was it destiny or was it fate? Was it fate that Rose survived and Jack died? Don't let go. Very dramatic, 3-hour-long movie about something that probably didn't happen, to be honest with you. Like most of these massive, big-time movies, blockbusters, are pushing things that probably never happened or promoting people who were sick in the head, like your Elvis movie, like your Freddie Mercury movie, like your Elton John movie. All right. So what do you reckon, guys? Do you reckon that Jack was always going to die on that day the way he died? What do you reckon? I want to know. I'm going to take it. Stacey used to love them wheeling the TV out of Wycliffe to show us the film. Yeah, I remember watching the film at Wycliffe. Yeah, they did that a few times. They would let you watch movies. And I remember at Wycliffe as well, Stacey, a few times, like when a World Cup was on, the football, they would basically shut down the school and let us all come in and watch the football games on a big screen. I loved my time at Wycliffe. I thought Wycliffe was an amazing school. I had a great time at Wycliffe. It was Church of England as well, Wycliffe. It was Wycliffe C of E. And I had an incredible time there. Mr. Hartley was the headmaster. What other teachers were there that I really got along with there? I got along with all of them, to be honest. There was a teacher called Mrs. Durnley, an art teacher, and I pinged a ball at a coffee cup and I aimed for it and I hit it. That felt a bit bad, but what a strike. What a really wonderful strike that was. Mr. Curran was the PE teacher. I got along with him. Mr. Froud. Like, I've got a good memory. I can remember a lot. I remember the teachers. Like, there's a lot of teachers at that school. Miss Robson, who I really got along with, history teacher. She was the one who told me I should go in the choir because she said I had a beautiful voice. She heard me sing and I was joking around. She said, "You got to go in the choir." I was like, "I ain't going in the choir." I'm a footballer. Footballers don't sing or whatever. She was like, "Go in the choir, Adam." And I think she said, "I'll give you an extra high grade on your history if you join the choir." But she said no guys would do it. And she said, if I join the choir and I'm like the cool kid, then other guys might join it. And then a few other guys did it. I remember one of the guys joined the choir with me, a pretty popular guy called James Brown. Funny, his name's James Brown. Woo, I feel good. Da, 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 da. We were rehearsing for choir and he collapsed. He fainted and cracked his head on a bench. You know those school benches at school where you used to put them down and play five-a-side and you had to score against the bench? I used to love that. You'd have a bench like that and then two at an angle. He fainted. He fainted during rehearsal. I don't know if he was nervous, if he was hot, if he was dehydrated, if he was just gobsmacked by my beautiful voice and he just fainted. Like, you know, the Outcast, Hey Ya, where the girls start fainting when Andre 3000 starts singing. You think you got it. Oh, you think you got it. Stacey Walsh, you're a legend and I will see you soon. I promise you his name was James Brown. All right, and he's a really close friend of mine. And he was a popular kid as well. Adam, hey, I want to thank you so much for your time and work. I got to put in a bet on the Cardinals. Thank you. I got another code right. I'm 72%. And I was bittersweet yesterday. Something hit me. Again, I'm not here to rave on about my win rate. That's not why I do it. When it comes to my win rate now, I actually believe that is almost predetermined. That I don't have a say in it. So if I get it right, I get it wrong. Or you might say it's hard work, it's dedication, why I'm so good. I don't know, but what concerns me deeply about what I do with the sports codes is all my codes are revelation and they're about Satan and they're about coronavirus and they're about 9/11 and they keep hitting. So I don't know how I feel about it. Every time I get one right and it's a perfect code and it's all about the things that I talk about, these rituals. It's like, oh, I don't know how I feel about it. It only makes me feel more and more convinced that what I'm saying is correct. And that something may just happen in 9/11/2023. But yeah, I do put in so much work for this community. And I think people are starting to recognize it. They really are starting to recognize it. The people who email me and I respond, who text me, who ask to phone call me, who the live streams that I do. I told you, I do these live streams. It's what people can't comprehend. For hours and hours and hours. I probably do 20 hours a week. And yes, I get a few donations, which I'm so grateful for. But probably over the week, I get about maximum like $80 donations that gets taxed. So I'm doing hours and hours and hours and hours of work. I did this live stream today because so many people asked me to do it. And that's what people need to start realizing. I think they do. Thinking I'm obsessed with money. They really have no idea. I could go back to my school job where they offered me double the money than when I left them because they know how good I am. Like what I'm doing here, you know what I'm doing now with fate and destiny? That's how I would teach Romeo and Juliet to my students. I didn't do it the boring way. I asked them these type of questions. I asked them questions like this. I said, what do you reckon? Would it have been different if Romeo and Juliet had cell phones? What a great question. I made them write an essay on it. Would the outcome of Romeo and Juliet's demise been different if they had WhatsApp, if they had Instagram, if they could text each other? Again, depends on if you believe in fate or destiny. I think the outcome would have been different if they had phones, to be honest with you, but they didn't, did they? But then again, they never existed. Romeo and Juliet. Atletico yet to get a corner in the second half, yet they have scored a goal, 15 minutes left. TJ, I'm telling you, I bet they don't get a corner. I'll stay in till that game's over. So Atletico's winning. They did have a really good code that somebody actually sent me, which I didn't post. I haven't posted a sports code today. I don't think I am. I rarely go a day without doing it. It just doesn't feel right today. So yeah, Griezmann after 66 minutes. All right. 66 when the Church of Satan was founded. Let's look at the stats. So you need an Atletico Madrid corner in 15 minutes. I bet they don't get it. And why is it Atletico Madrid always win 1-0 with Simeone? It's the Satan numbers. Stadium on Thursdays. Guys, I've got big decisions to make with my coaching. I've got a lot of people wanting me to coach them, but I only have access to the field a certain amount of days. Liverpool 9-0 decode was crazy. Thank you. Juliet would have ghosted him. Maybe if there was Instagram and stuff like that with Romeo and Juliet, maybe 17-year-old horny Romeo would have been texting a load of other girls and not just focusing on Juliet. We know in humanity, like humans in general, so often we want what we can't have. We're all guilty of that. We often want what we can't have. And I think deep down, Romeo knew he couldn't have Juliet. And it was highly unlikely. And that made him like her even more. And I think Juliet knew she couldn't be with Romeo, which made her like him even more. If they were allowed to be together, if it was just two regular families, Romeo and Juliet would probably have dated for like a couple of weeks and then ended it. Like I used to have a different girlfriend every like 2 weeks when I was at Wycliffe. Griezmann number 9. Oh my goodness, he is, isn't he? Griezmann is number 9. Did he come off the bench? Yeah, he was on the bench. Is he number 9? I thought Griezmann's number 8, isn't he? He used to be number 9. I think he's number 8. I think Kuna's number 9. I don't know, but I don't know if Griezmann's number 9 anymore. He has been in his career. Dak Prescott and 111 are in codes everywhere. Dak Prescott had a wonderful code last year, though, to win with Dallas, and he went out in the first round. So he could be one of those traps, Prescott. Adam would be happy living in a mud hut, proper lad. I would. If I'm around people and I've got good energy, I know I'll never be living in a big ass house like I used to do. It's not worth it. It just isn't worth it, to be honest with you. The Bible can give you immortality, no more physical death. I agree. Belief in God can give you that. I'll do more videos about God. I've been a bit rusty with that recently, but I have been reading the Bible. I've been watching lots of videos about it. I've been sharing videos on my website about it. Incredible how the Bible's coded. And that's how God communicates with us. That's what I've learned, the biggest thing I've learned. A kid yesterday, Feddy, who has a lot of respect for what I do, is like 17, 18 now. He asked me yesterday, just one question, Adam. Why do you do what you do? What's the purpose of it? And I just said to get closer to God and to help other people do it. It wasn't to win people money, to be regarded as a genius. All of that, I was like, to get people closer to God and question their reality and to see through deception. And he was like, okay, fair enough. So I sent him my Kobe Bryant book and I'm still waiting for his opinion on it. Instead of gambling, FPL is a safer option. Yeah, FPL, I did it for about 10 years. Before FPL, I was doing the Sun Dream Team, the Sun, Society of Jesus, Son of God. I was playing that and it was fun. I just won't do it anymore. It don't feel right for me to do it. Because I would be giving my energy a lot to the games. Like my bro, who I love to bits, he messaged me, I don't play FPL anymore. It's crazy because I loved it. And my mates used to love me because we had a group chat and they would always say, Illusion, Adam, do a video about this game week. I would always make them laugh, especially if I had a nightmare week, because I can't hide my anger sometimes when I'm competitive. So they would always like, Adam, do this video, break down the week. And they miss that I don't play anymore, especially my mate Gabby. He misses that I don't play. We used to always go back and forth. So my brother John he captained Haaland this weekend. So it's like, bro, look at this. I captained Haaland and I had Trent, and Trent got like a goal and a clean sheet, and he had Bernardo Silva. And I was like, all right, good for you. Good for you. Like that, all the FPL does is keep you interested in pretty much every game, especially when you're in a mini league. And it also has you idolize these players. So if you do have your Haaland, if you do have who else is doing well this season? Harry Kane and players like that. You're like, yes, Kane. Whoa, legend. You can't help yourself. You can't help it. I remember the feelings I would get when Salah would get a hat trick, or where like maybe I'd have Martial in my team and he'd score a brace and no one else had him. It is a thrill. FPL's a thrill, and you do gamble on it. There's no way I would have ever played FPL without having money involved. I won hundreds of dollars winning those FPLs. It is fun. Yeah, I thought Griezmann was number 8. How do you think Antony will do at Man United? Good. Did you see that? Have you seen the video footage of where Antony headbutted Nunes? Have you seen that? Antony headbutted Nunes, and then recently Nunes headbutted that Palace centre half. And now Antony's coming to Liverpool. And obviously Nunes got sent off. He couldn't play against Man United. And that's one of the excuses for why Man United won. And that 5'9" centre half, I'm telling you, this reality. He hasn't lost an aerial duel yet. He hasn't lost a header. He hasn't lost a header, and he's 5'9". This summer, man, some supernatural powers. Like, when you think logically in this world, you're not going to understand what I do. Like a 5'9", as I have 59 people in the live, he hasn't lost a header, guys. That's centre half for United. He's 5'9". All right. Zidane headbutt was funny. Again, I'll have to decode that. Because he headbutted what Materazzi, because Materazzi said Zidane's sister was a whore. That's why he headbutted him. And the headbutt was connected to the bull. Zidane was often called a bull. And then Italy went on to win that World Cup on penalties, didn't they? And Zidane in that game scored a penalty, the most audacious, incredible penalty you will ever see in your life. And it was in a World Cup final. He dinked it in off the crossbar over the line. Like, again, did Zidane have it in him to make that decision to do that? Was it already pre-written? Was it pre-written for him to have this incredible World Cup, score in the final, and then get sent off? Was it? Is he a fallen angel? I'm starting to think that these top stars are fallen angels. They live amongst us, but there's a strong possibility. Listen to this. You might not get this. There's just, hey, greetings from Canada. Thank you. Wojtek. Is that Polish name? What if there's fallen angels living amongst us, but they don't know they're fallen angels? I'll say that one more time. It's the first time I've said this out loud. What if there's fallen angels living amongst us, but they don't know they're fallen angels? They don't know. They're fallen angels. They don't know it. Think about that. I want your opinion there before I continue. Do you think there is a possibility of that? I think there's for sure fallen angels living amongst us. But what if they're here and they don't know it? Like LeBron. By the way, Kobe's 2020 birthday was the 236th day of the year. LeBron's numbers at the Lakers, anybody? 23-6. That's just not an accident. Hey, Anfield Road End. The dark web have videos of fallen angels using a human avatar body. I've come across some of them, yeah. The Suarez bite, yeah. Was he told at the beginning of the game by a coach, by an agent, you're going to bite him? Did he bite Chiellini? You're going to bite him. I don't know why it's always Italian players. Materazzi, Chiellini. And, or was it written? Was it pre-written? Nothing could have stopped him from doing that bite because it was fate. Was it just a bad decision, which comes to destiny, that he made bad decisions? He allowed himself to get angry. He was getting frustrated. He made a bad decision, but he made it. He could have, I don't know, he may have said to the coach, "Coach, take me out, coach, put me up against the other centre half," whatever. But he didn't, and he got pissed off and he got angry and his emotions got the better of him and he bit Chiellini, and then Uruguay, they went out, didn't they? So again, that comes back to fate or destiny. Did he have a choice? But then you think about stuff like George Floyd, who I'm 99.9% sure never died, and it was a ritual. Then if that is the case, who was behind it? Was that pre-orchestrated by a code that they had to do that, and he had to play the role of pretending to die? Or did he die? Did he die? I don't think so, but did he? Was he killed by a white police officer, Derek Chauvin? I don't know. Suarez does look like a demon. Tell you someone else who looks like a demon is Bruno Fernandes. I think Bruno, who has every satanic number imaginable, I think Bruno Fernandes looks like a demon. There's a few of them that look really demonic. Somebody said to me yesterday, and I agreed with them, that Haaland looks like a lesbian. And he does. I'm not even trying to make you giggle. He does. Haaland looks like a lesbian. Does he not? He don't look like a real man. Like, yeah, he's strong. I actually watch the highlights because I occasionally will watch the highlights to code what happens when it happens. Because I know Haaland's third goal was after 81 minutes, and 81, the square root is 9, and the square root of 9 is 3, and it was his third goal. I was like, how did they do this? How did they time this? And it was your boy Gundogan who passed him through. And the strength that Haaland possessed on his third goal was, I've never seen it, I don't think. Maybe Drogba, but the way he had this big centre half and he put his arm into him like, not today, mate. And this centre half just went down like a feather, and he's a big ass defender, and Haaland just pinged it. And I just question, does he know? Does he know who he is, what entity he is? Does he know the numbers behind his life and his career like I've shown you? Who is he? Who is the Haaland family? The dad's career gets ended at Old Trafford by Roy Keane in the Manchester derby. Haaland played for Manchester City, and then his son goes on to play for them. Haaland, who in his opening 4 games has scored 2-0, 1 and 3 in the Premier League, 2-0, 1, 3 like 2013 when Francis became the Pope. And Aguero's first 4 Premier League games, 2-0, 1, 3. Who's Argentinian like Pope Francis. 32 rays in the Society of Jesus' logo, 32 rays in Argentina's flag. I have 32 likes right now. Aguero gets the winning goal in the 3-2 win. 10 years later, Man City win the league, last game of the season, 3-2 win at the Etihad. 32, Tom Brady retired the 32nd day of the year. There's 32 teams in the NFL. There's 32 teams in the World Cup. What is it with the 32? I'll get to the bottom of it. I know that 216 is 6 times 6 times 6, and 2 times 16 is 32. I can tell you that. I can tell you that one for free. Such a joke how Haaland's dad played for them too, yeah. Erling Haaland was born in Leeds, really close to where I was born. Erling Haaland was born in Leeds. And would it shock me if we're still having professional football in 10 years if he ends up playing for them? It'll go full circle. 360 degrees. Like how Kobe's last ever game was exactly a span of 360 months after I was born. A 360 with the circle. That's why Argentina won the World Cup 36 years ago. If they win it, man, my goodness. And I'm telling you, you'll have to let me know. I bet you Atletico Madrid don't get that corner. And I'll show you how, if that happens, maybe I'm wrong, maybe they've already got it. But if I'm saying, if they don't get that corner, I'm going to show you how when they give you these too good to be true odds on plays, you don't go near them. Thank you very much, Malcolm. Good evening to you, and thank you for respecting what I do. Normal people don't go pro. I don't know. I think to have the long-term career in the game and get to the Premier League, you ain't a regular guy. I think you can be a regular guy and have a League Two, League One career where you're getting 700-800 quid a week. I think you can do that. I've had friends do it. I don't think any regular guy who's not from a Masonic family, Satanic family, fallen angel, whatever we want to say, can get to the Premier League. I don't think you can play for your country unless you're one of these people that fall into one of those categories. I think you can make it semi-pro or League One, League Two. Like, how does YouTube allow these nude HD, XYZ best adult dating sites to come into my live streams all the time when I'm like flying? They come in and distract me. Surely YouTube can get rid of that and make sure that doesn't happen, but they want it to happen. Your dad died when you was 32. I'm sorry to hear that. But the 32 is just, it's a big number. And obviously 3 times 2 is 6. 131's the 32nd prime. It's crazy, guys. 131. So it's often perceived as a lucky number, though. They say it's a lucky number, but then again, if your father died at 32, you probably don't think that's luck. But it seems to be a big number. I'll give you some 32s, all right? I'll give you some 32s. 32 is the smallest number, n, with exactly 7 solutions to the equation phi. Jesus is said to have been crucified in year 32. That's what they say. I know that Belgium, the national team of the football team, are known as the Red Devils. And there's a 32. I think the country code for Belgium's 32. 32 is a reflection of 23 if you think of the Jim Carrey movie. 32 is also the number of piano sonatas by Beethoven, completed and numbered. 32 degrees is connected to the freezing point of water at sea level in Fahrenheit. I think 32 is the number of teeth in a full set of adult human teeth if the wisdom teeth have not been extracted. It goes back to your Suarez. There's 32 traditional counties in Ireland. Much love, Clara. I hope you're feeling better. I'm going to have to message you. 32% is 40% of, no, 32 is 40% of 80 for you 48, which is a huge number. Psalm 32 begins, blessed is he whose transgressions are forgiven, whose sins are covered. So I don't know. There's more to this number 32 number, which I have to look into. These numbers, guys, they have deep meanings. I know 32 pounds is 14.5 kilograms, and Catholic is 145. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. So 32 is the smallest non-trivial fifth power as well. I don't know what else there is with 32. 32 times 2, 64 for your 322 for Skull and Bones. 64, coronavirus declared a global pandemic on 3/11, the 64th prime. Liverpool dropped to 6-4 in European Cup finals. Wales got to the World Cup for the first time in 64 years. I told you half of 32 is 16. 2 times 16, 216 is 32. 6 times 6 times 6, 216. 3 times 2 is 6. I don't know. I don't know. I just think everything's coded. But you have free will. Magic Johnson wore number 32, didn't he? So did OJ Simpson. They wore the 32. Isn't Steph Curry currently 3-2 in NBA Finals as well? I think Steph Curry is 3, or is he 4-2? I think he's 3-2. I'm not sure. Anyone can confirm that with Steph Curry? I think he's 3-2, but I could be wrong. I know he's won 21 games and he's lost 13 because when he won it, it was his 34th NBA Finals game and he won it at age 34. So how many appearances has he has? I think he's gone to the NBA Finals 6 times, hasn't he? Let me have a check. Nah. Should know this. I absolutely nailed Steph Curry decodes. I don't know. I can't find it. Can anyone tell me Steph Curry's NBA record? Is he 4-2? Oh my God. 4-2, yeah. Just like Draymond Green, just like Klay Thompson, just like Steve Kerr. 4-2. Wow. UK, the land of 32. 32 times 32 is 1,024. I'll have to start looking into stuff like that. Let me do 32 times 3. 1 second. 96. The age of the Queen, the year Kobe was drafted. 96. Kobe's plane supposedly set off at 9:06 as well, and then crashed 41 minutes later. And he dies at 41. Steve Kerr was at Liverpool training. Some are crazy with that. Don't the Warriors play the Lakers and LeBron's invested in Liverpool? That's what they tell us anyway, that LeBron's invested in Liverpool FC. I think he was at the Champions League final, was he not? Dragon 32, yes we can 32, Obamacare 32. Wow. Yeah, he checked out with 4.1 seconds left in the clock, and his last ever field goal was over number 41, Trey Lyles. And you know, in Kobe's 81-point game, he was taken out with 4.2 seconds left on the clock, and his last ever game, he played 42 minutes. Still no corner. I told you, bro. I bet it must have finished by now. Was I right? No, they didn't get a corner, did they? Tell me. I bet they didn't get a corner. Was I right? I bet I could have bet on no more corners. You know what you should have done there? Is literally bet on no more corners for Atletico. Because, well, again, it's finished. It's not finished. But I said it. You've heard me in the live. I said I bet they don't. I bet that bet doesn't hit. It's too good to be true. It's tempting you. Satan's temptation, God's salvation. That bet was tempting people who don't have knowledge of how much they get screwed over on a daily basis. And then they'll just be angry and pissed off and screaming at Atletico. Screaming at them. Oh, that time where the ball was like 2 yards away. And then it went out for a throw-in instead of a corner. Just 1 yard, it would have been a corner. I would have won all that money. That's what it does to you gambling. It's why I won't do it ever again. I have my mates, to be fair, they are saying in England, when you come, give us your tips. Let's place an accumulator together. I might take part in that for banter, a couple of pounds. Just for banter, because I don't want them saying, ads, don't be tight. Don't be a prick. It's £2. If it's something like that, I might get involved in it. And if it hits, whatever, pay for my curry. If it doesn't, let the boys give me banter. Fucking Ad, you're a genius, aren't you? You called all those games, even though you only got 60% of them right. Yeah, all right, bro. Chill out, baby. Mbappe is an invert, not as much as his mother. If you look at Mbappe's mother. 2 corner kicks the whole game. It's scandalous, isn't it? But it's not shocking. And it's not shocking that Atletico won 1-0. It's not shocking that, is it? There's a lot of people asking me for my Kobe book. I'll message them after. I'm just reading it now. I'll message you all after and I'll send you it. Sparky Lee, I love what you do. Really love what you do. All right, let me read what these people are saying. So, okay, Jenny, I just read your email, but I've already responded to that in the live. Thanks, mate. Really appreciate that. I recommend reading 2 books by Kelly Marie Kerr regarding what the Bible is all about, and have a listen to my mate Danny Passing By 33 YouTube channel. They both helped me a lot on the scripture/spiritual front. Well, Benjamin, thank you so much. I absolutely love content like this. And I am going to go to YouTube. Are you kidding me? He has 1.13k subscribers, 113. Come on, man. He has 1.13 subs. Illusion about to illegally smuggle HP sauce to Mexico. There's ways of getting it here, guys. You can order it online. It's very expensive, but I've done it before. Getting a bit hungry. What time's my English class? 3 hours. What is fate but pearls of choices strung together? What is destiny but a path we walk on our own free will? Remember, dark ones, that nothing is written in the fabric of time until you decide where, when, and what shall be the first verse. How beautiful. And what's the difference between faith and fate? That's a good question. Faith and fate. Does your faith dictate your fate? Or is your faith already being predetermined? It's all very interesting. A child asked God, if everything is already written in destiny, then why should I wish? God smiled and said, maybe on some pages I have written as you wish. That's true. If everything is already written in destiny, then why would I wish? Why would people make wishes if their lives have already been coded? Why would you make a wish if whatever you ask for, it doesn't matter, because whatever's going to happen in your life's already been pre-written, scripted like scripture. Guys, this is glorious to be talking about this stuff. I wish I had a bigger platform. Who's Ali? Somebody called Ali just messaged me. Ali? Ah, okay, I know who it is. I know who it is. So yeah, let me go back to that. Guys, do you think I'm ever going to run out of things to say? I feel like I've covered so much in 2 years. Do you think Illusion's going to ever run out of anything to say? Or maybe it's my code. If the code's up, then I run out. Your platform has only begun to grow, my friend. Thank you. Again, like with my platform, I look at the numbers daily with how many people are subbed to me, how many likes I get, and I feel like it's all pre-coded. That's why I'm a bit more, okay, if I'm on 557 now, the 102nd prime, then it is what it is. Whatever I say and do and however hard I work or whatever it is, I'm going to be on the number I'm supposed to be on. You have to pay to exist, and you have to pay to survive. You have to pay to survive. I don't know about exist. So I think there's some sort of significant simulations in this world where everything is coded. It's like we're almost certainly living in a computer simulation as of now. And it's hard to deny that with the numbers and seeing what you can do now with technology. Virtual reality is pretty much reality now. It's not virtual, it's like just becoming our reality. But if human life's scripted, like scripture, then the writer of the script, they must have infinite imagination and a pretty screwed up sense of humor. And it's like, that's when you start asking yourself, why did the 3-year-old die? Why did he die the morning of his wedding? And you start asking why, all these whys. Like, if everything's coded and scripted, why is somebody rich? Why is somebody poor? Why is somebody gay? Why is somebody straight? Why? You start asking yourself why and you go insane. Start going insane. If God's so great, then why does he allow war to have all this stuff like that people always ask me? Because there is the polarity of life. I don't know how it works. Again, if it's all by chance, I don't think anything's by chance anymore, but it could be. We get food from the supermarket for ET, extraterrestrial. Get ready for an avalanche event, September 17th, 2 months, 22 days after avalanche one. Wow. Sometimes you just have to keep it moving. Yeah. You have to pay for water and food. That's when you know Satan rules the earth. Yeah. God gave us enough food to be abundant. All right. He gave us everything. God gave us everything until man got greedy or Satan took over. It was enough for everyone. Again, I can't prove what I'm saying there. I just feel that is the case. Biblically, there was enough for everyone to be happy, and then people got greedy. Like your Adam and Eve story. So, I don't know. Is everything written in the stars? I don't know. What if you are heading a certain way, but you have the ability to change direction? But to change direction requires a lot of hard work, dedication, sacrifice. You're just steering that boat. Like, let's think about this, about decisions that we make if we do have free will. There's a lot of things that dictate our decisions, isn't there? Our personality traits, our finances, if we're in a relationship, many ways. So, for example, if you're born in a slum in India, you're born into a slum. Your parents were uneducated. You're born into a slum, born into extreme poverty. All right? You're not going to have a passport, anything like that. The chances are you're going to spend the rest of your life living in a slum. And the chances are you're going to have kids and they're going to have the same life as you. However, if one person from that slum decides to take a chance and escape the slum, then the kids they have are going to have a different upbringing. They're not going to be brought up in a slum. But what are the chances of the Indian person born in a slum ever leaving the slum? Yeah, like Slumdog Millionaire. So you think about it, like if you're born into a wealthy family, and your mum and dad are both doctors, there's a real good chance you'll probably be a doctor. You might do something else, but that's going to require a conscious effort from your side because you're going to have your parents constantly pushing you to be a doctor. Yes, there's parents that might just go, no, I want my kid to be whatever they want. But if your mum's a doctor, your dad's a doctor, their parents were doctors, you're probably going to be a doctor But you do then, in my opinion, have the free will to be like, no, mum, dad, I don't want to do this. This isn't right for me. Or maybe your code just is, I don't want to be a doctor. But society-wise, social construct-wise, that's probably what you're going to do. You often follow the example of your close friends and your family and your relatives, following their footsteps. Not always. I'm the only guy who's left England from my family. There's so many variables to all of this. Like, is it your choices that dictate your reality? Is it your thoughts that dictate your reality? But it's your thoughts that dictate your choices. Is it astrological? Is it your zodiac sign? I don't know. I'm able to predict so many things day in, day out through this code. Another 9. Don't we have 9 planets? Oh, we did. It's a perplexing question with all of this, with fate and destiny, and if our lives have been scripted. And it causes me a lot of angst, for sure. It opens my mind, but it pisses me off at the same time. When it comes to karma, I really don't know about that. I really actually don't know about that. And is it karma in this life? Is it karma going forwards in another life if there's reincarnation? Because there's loads of really nice, kind, considerate, helpful people who they always seem to be getting shit on every single day. Yet they're always doing good for other people, but they probably don't look after themselves enough. They focus their energy on everyone else, which is a nice thing to do. Help thy neighbor. Okay, it's a great thing to do. But this whole thing about karma, about if you're good, good things will happen. If you're bad, bad things will happen. They'll bite you in the ass. I don't know if I agree with that. I really don't know if I agree with that at this point in my life with karma. There's a lot of arseholes that get through life cruising and very few bad things happen to them. There's the nicest people ever whose whole family can be lost in a car crash. And you're like, why? What have I done? It's not you. It's, again, is it the script? Was it the choices made by the driver that led to it? It's a lot to take in, and you'll never have the answer. All right? But I just don't think we have a life that's completely scripted, that we have no say. I think we do decide what we do, how we live, who we hang out with, taking chances, what we eat. But there's definitely some sort of ultimate destination. There's that movie, Final Destination, the horror movie. And the Final Destination is basically that everyone, a horror franchise, 5 films, 9 novels, I think. And when you think about Final Destination, it's like, was it destiny when they died? Do we all have a script for when we're going to die? And if you don't die when you're supposed to, what's that all about? Maybe you have an original death date, but you can change that through your decisions. You know what I mean? Maybe on the 23rd of July, 2017, your script tells you you're going to die in a car crash, but you did something so nice for somebody, or something else popped up. Your best friend said, hey, come on, do this as a party, and you end up cancelling meeting your friend, and then you avoided the car crash. But your script was initially designed for you to go on that day, but you had the free will, and you was like, something don't feel right there. I'm going to do the other one. I'm going to go meet my other friend. You know that gut feeling, that innate instinct that you have. Nude HD, off you go, man. Like, you know that burning feeling in your stomach where you're like, that don't feel right. I was out on, what day is it today? Monday. I went out Saturday night, had an amazing time, and this girl wanted me to go to a club with her. This club that ended at like 6, 7 a.m. And I'd had quite a few drinks, and my car was packed up. I knew what probably would have happened if I went with the girl. However, I didn't, because my soul and gut was like, no, Adam, you got to go home. You got to go to your car, you got to go home, and you got to do it now. And maybe if I would have gone with that girl, obviously my night would have played out differently. It would have played out very differently. Who knows what would have happened? I'll never know what would have happened on that Saturday night, morning, if I would have decided to go with that girl. But my gut said, don't go, Adam. You need to go home now. And I listened to it. Sometimes you don't listen to your gut because you're drunk, or you're stubborn, or your ego, or whatever it is. But I had a choice there. And I decided to go home. And I firmly believe, hand on my heart, that I was given a choice, an option, and I chose what I did. It wasn't predetermined. Maybe the options I was given were predetermined by a script. All right, Illusion, you can either go here or here. You can either go with this beautiful girl right now, you probably take her home, la-di-da-di-da, get more drunk. Who knows, maybe crash your car. Who knows? But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a wild one. Or you can say, listen, I'm going to have to go now. Maybe I'll see you in the future. Who knows? Go home, chill out. Say, okay, I had a good night. So maybe I was given these choices, which was part of my script. But it was me and my free will that went that way. My consciousness. Okay, my innate instinct within my stomach that I listen to now. So I'm leaning towards that. Think about gambling and stuff like that. Maybe you are going to place a bet today, but you have the choice on how much you're going to stake. You have the choice on if you're going to bet in play. You have a choice on so many things there, but maybe you were going to place a bet and there was no stopping that. You were going to place a bet today. And you had multiple options. You had a choice on what you were going to do. And then it came down to you. You had that. Oh, come on. I might have to go because this is going to piss me off with this stupid. They do it deliberately, man. I don't want nude HD photos. Muppets. I'm very grateful that I woke up in my mid-teens. That's incredible. I'm kind of happy I didn't. I won't have the life that I have now. All right. Think about this, right? Someone's traveling by train. Say you're traveling by train or bus. And how the characters decided as co-travelers with whom one interacts. Talk, you make friends, you share food. I don't know, you drink the tea, whatever it is. You help them out. Like, the people that you're on a train with or a bus with, is that already been predetermined? Has that already been predetermined? The people you go to school with, the people that you work with? Has the code synced you up with these people? By design? Because you share certain traits and certain codes and certain zodiac signs? Why do you marry who you marry? There's supposedly, 8 billion people in the world? Why did I marry the girl I married? Why? There's so many women out there. Why her? Why on the date that I did? Why did I meet her in LA? Why did I not marry an English girl? Why did I not stay with Heather, who I was really happy with, and took a chance? Why? There's some sort of, think about a movie. Life seems to be a movie, and in all movies have scripts. But some of the greatest scenes in movies come from freestyling, by going off script. So if you think about that, again, if we're going to talk about movies, our life's a movie, and Shakespeare says we're all characters, and some people play more roles than others, la-di-da-di-da-di-da-di-da. Yeah, Groundhog Day. Is when it comes down to all of this, flip the script, the flips have been reversed, the script's been reversed, and going off script. I think you can go off script. And I've said in movies, some of the greatest lines ever, if you watch YouTube videos, they say some of the greatest ever lines out of movies were off script. They wasn't written in the script. They were off script. And I think maybe some of the best experiences in our lives are off script, that go off our original script. You've seen a lot of twos, mate. I've come across a lot of people who see the number 2 a lot. So this planet, it's a stage on which roles are being played and multiple roles at a time. That's why I say a lot of these celebrities could be playing 2 or 3 characters. They could be. But it's so meticulously executed, it's flawless, that it can't be man doing it, because man's imperfect. Man is imperfect. We're all imperfect. And the way this world is run and operated is almost perfection, to be honest. There's got to be something with wavelength of radio waves as well, that we tune in and pick up frequencies. It's got to be something with that. Like, you get different frequencies in different nations that have different climates, that have different energies. All of that. And again, do we have freedom? Can we have freedom if our life's been scripted? Do we have any freedom? I don't know. Science can't answer this question. They can't explore the hidden variables. Science can't answer the question. That's why science doesn't know shit about spirituality. Okay? It can help you with certain things, science. It can also lie to you, like global warming and all of that they're pushing. And why in movies are we able to laugh and cry and get so emotional when we know it's not real? Then it makes you think, is life real? Because you're watching a movie and crying, even though you know the character within that movie is not actually that person. You see somebody die in a TV show and a movie, and you know they don't actually die, yet you cry. Your brain doesn't know the difference between so-called reality and virtual reality. It doesn't. You could watch somebody die on TV and watch them in real life. You'd probably have a similar emotional attachment to it. Like time, does time exist? Is time an illusion? Is time a social construct to control us, to keep us in a loop? We can all say that we're born and we die as humans. You get put on this planet, you're born, you get a birth certificate, you die, you get a death certificate. What happens after that, nobody knows. Well, maybe some people do, but I don't know. What we have as humans is the power of the mind, the power of intellect, the power of being able to communicate with each other, the power of emotional intelligence in many cases. And we know animals don't often have those traits, and organisms like plants at the level of humans. Okay? They just, like an animal, just does what it's got to do. Does what it's got to do. The law of the jungle and all of that. But with the animals and plants, they're not questioning the meaning of life. They don't know any better. They just roam around in the wilderness, whilst humans, we just create havoc and compete with each other. Whereas animals, they do what they're supposed to do, I feel like. All right? And it's an emotional roller coaster, isn't it? Life, stress, sadness, happiness, obligation, feeling, concern, excitement. Just, it's a roller coaster. That's why Ronan Keating sung, "Life is a roller coaster, just gotta ride it." Yeah, so is the spirit eternal, but the vessel on average lasts 70 years? Don't know. There's no real answer. You just, basically, the sooner you can start finding ways to work around your problems and realize in life what brings you the most joy and do it as often as you can, That's my biggest advice to come out of this. Whether your life's scripted or not, I would say look into it that your life is not completely scripted and you have free will. So you have responsibility. And most people in this life don't take responsibility for their actions. They blame other people. They blame everyone else for their misfortune. They're jealous of other people. Okay, they don't take responsibility for their actions. They don't say, well, if I would have done that, maybe life would have been different. The conditionals in English. Probably teach them tonight. So do we have a self-fulfilling prophecy? The more positive things we do, the better our life will be, the better it will be for those around us. I don't know. Everybody suffers. Like REM said, everybody hurts. We all hurt. Nobody's perfect. I was speaking to a friend today who told me he's feeling really depressed. So we all go through that. It's part of life and the polarity of life. So people may say it's God's fault. Why doesn't God change what's going on? He's given us free will where we can make change. We're far more powerful than we'll ever know. Waiting to be saved is weak. If you just sat there waiting to be saved and you're doing nothing about it, you could be waiting for a very long time. We need to help ourselves as well, but we also need to believe in God. It's complicated, isn't it? They say that life is a series of endless suffering. I've heard that expression. They say that the rich suffers because of their riches, the poor suffers because of their poverty. People having family suffers because they have a family. People without family suffers because they don't have a family. Should I have kids? Shouldn't I have a kid? Should I rent a house? Should I buy a house? Should I move to a different country? Should I not? There's positive and negatives to all of it. It's just like a battery. People with jobs suffers because of their job. People without jobs suffer because of joblessness, unemployment. And life is basically a series of endless problems. And then you have to decide or find the solution. Do you know what I mean? If you want to lose weight, obviously you have a problem with your weight. You decide to go to the gym, maybe you go on a diet. And in a way, though, you're indulging yourself in more problems, such as going to the gym and exercising and paying gym fees and not eating the food that you like. So it depends what you define a problem as. Or maybe problem, luxury, it's all different. They say when one door opens, another closes. Yeah, but maybe it's just one door that's full of shit and then the other one's full of different shit, or the same shit, different day, different door. I don't know. But I think it's very important not to dwell on the past. All right? Especially negative events, which you, in your opinion, had no control over. All right? Things that happen in your life where you had no control. It's important not to dwell on the past. Whilst you're dwelling on the past, you're not living in the present, and the present's a gift. That's why it's called the present. Try and do, I'm going to go in about 10 minutes, my head's hurting. Try and do more active things, which I do now, like exercising, learning, writing, singing, dancing, I don't know, comedy, just doing a lot of stuff that I think you have the choice to do that can bring fulfillment to your life. Try your best not to compare yourself with everybody else, although it's difficult. Yeah, and think about who you give your energy to. That sacred life energy that flows through your body every day, who you give it to, what you give it to. Then it brings me to immortality. Is that a thing? Immortality. It seems the elite, I don't like calling them that because it puts them above us. The thing they're craving is immortality. They don't want to die. Or they don't want to leave this realm because they know when they enter a different realm, they're going to be tortured. Have you heard about a jellyfish? The jellyfish theory? So when you think about a jellyfish, when it gets attacked or it feels death is on its doorstep, it reverts to its polyops form. Then it spends like the next few months growing back into a full jellyfish. It regains its confidence again. So the biological cycle is complete. And the immortal jellyfish remains immortal. But again, then you've got to question the difference between immortality and invincibility. Do you know what I mean? It can still die due to a disease or being bitten in the polyop stage. So again, immortality, invincibility, very different. Should we be carefree? I don't know. That's dangerous when you live carefree. Basically go about doing whatever you want. But there's an element of freedom to that. But what is freedom? Like when you take out a loan and you get in debt, did you have a choice there? You could be like, for example, you go to the bank, you take out a big ass loan because you want a new Mercedes. Joe Estrogen, that's funny. Definitely a female, Joe Rogan. He just interviewed Aaron Rodgers. So you go to the bank, you take out a big ass loan, you get in debt because you want a Mercedes. Did you need that Mercedes? Did you really need the Mercedes? You had a car, it's not great, but it works. It functions well. But you've gone to the bank, you've taken out a big loan, you're going to get in debt, then you're going to complain about your debt, and then you're going to have to probably work more hours, and then you're going to complain about having to work more hours. But in reality, it was you who made the decision to get the loan that got you in debt so you could get your car. You had a choice. You didn't have to get that car. You wanted it, and now you're complaining about the aftermath of it. But you had a choice. Or did you? Was it in your script that you had to get a Mercedes? The Truman Show is an amazing movie because, in essence, he was living in a movie. His whole life was scripted. So everything he did was already scripted by the producer. The only thing that wasn't was him leaving. He left the Truman Show, aka The Matrix. He had free will. He could have done that at any time as well. But he allowed fear to keep him within this fake reality. And that went on till he became an adult, till he eventually realized, I don't belong here. Like the famous song, I don't belong here. I don't belong here. And he realized that. But his whole life was scripted. Truman's Show was scripted from birth. But he had free will. And he left. And it's beautiful when he waves. And he just leaves. And you don't know where he went. That's the whole point. You don't know where he went. And he went through that door. You don't know what happened to Truman after that, which is one of the beautiful things of the movie. It leaves it open to, what's the word? Opinion. It's an incredible movie. Rogan was always in the club. That's some tactic to show he isn't. Rogan was in Hollywood. He was a failed actor. He was a failed actor in Hollywood. And before he became this Joe Rogan podcast character, he was throwing up every satanic symbol that you can imagine before he was famous. Joe Rogan is a fraud. Joe Rogan plays the role of the average Joe who doesn't know anything when he's got so much occultic knowledge. They do not let somebody like Joe Rogan interview somebody like Elon Musk without both of them being on the same team. Rogan's a fraud that at the beginning of your awakening, you come across Rogan and you think is the savior. Just like people think Elon Musk is the savior. All right? It's naive, but it's part of it. David Icke, you believe in David Icke, you listen to Russell Brand, you're taken in by these people at the beginning of your awakening. It's like I've spoken to hundreds of people about their awakenings now, and they said they always went to Icke at the beginning. They went to Zeitgeist. They went to Rogan. And then you start seeing through all of them for who they really are. Deceivers. keeping you at a certain level. All right? Dictating the way you see the world and the way the masses see the world. That's why millions and millions of people listen to Rogan's podcasts who are getting poisoned. Their brains are getting poisoned by those podcasts. Witchcraft. They know how to use this language. And I've told you, words create spells like spelling. And they know exactly what they're doing. I'm a creep. Yeah, that's it. I'm a creep. Radiohead. I don't belong here. And that is a great song, isn't it? Gang stalking is very real. Yeah, you always tell me that. I think I agree with you. Thoughts on pundits? Ex-Gary Neville always thought he was weird. I've discussed all the pundits. They're all ex-footballers pretty much. Usually the main pundit never played. And then everyone else around them are ex-pros at the highest level. Gary Neville was a mediocre footballer, just like his sister Philippa. All right. Does Gary Neville come across as incredibly intelligent? He does. I think he talks a lot of sense. I think he's got a lot of knowledge. He's a very smart guy. By the way, Gary Neville's favorite subject at school was math. He makes a point of telling everyone he loves numbers, that he's really good with math. And I was like, I bet you are, because you've probably studied the Kabbalah and Gematria and everything like that. He was like, well, look over the books at Salford. You know what I mean? I'm pretty good with numbers. Now, I know what you mean by you're good with numbers. All right? Your family, Gary Neville, is definitely one hell of a Masonic family. Your brother played for England just like you. Your sister played for England at netball. Dad called Neville. What an outrageous name. Classical Gashians, like my throat hurts doing this. By speaking for 2 hours, 11 minutes at this level and the stuff that comes out of my mouth, it hurts my head. And like I say, I don't really get any recognition other than the amazing comments. I don't really get anything financially for this. It wears me out day in, day out. But I continue to do it. So you said don't go in 15 minutes. One, I have an English class soon. 2, I'm absolutely starving. 3, I've got, I don't know how many WhatsApp messages I have to respond to and emails. So yeah, I ain't the guy who just sits at home on his ass all day, live streaming, although it might look like that at times. It's not the case. But look, I've allowed this knowledge to consume me too often. I missed, was it a date today? I don't really know. I was just going for dinner. I missed that because I lost track of time, which was a bit harsh on the person, but it is what it is. Maybe it was part of the script. I understand people have to live to survive with jobs, but I just hate people are miserable with their job and do nothing about it. Mate, do you not think it frustrates the life out of me that people, almost everyone in the world knows what's good and bad for them, yet they choose to do the things that are bad for them and then continue to complain about it? Like you said with the job, I hate my job. My job sucks. I don't get paid enough money. I don't want to be here. La-di-da-di-da. Yet they don't look for a new job. Pretty much every job I've left, it's not because I didn't like it. I just wanted to grow. I wanted a new challenge. Thankfully for me, most of the jobs that I've had, I actually loved. It's important to find a job that you love. But again, in the beast system, it's all about finding a job that pays enough money to pay your bills. That's the harsh reality. And if the majority of people just stop playing along with the beast system, guys, that's when it ends. The beast system would not operate without our consent. It's that simple for me. It would just be destroyed. The only people that can destroy the system is us. The people that are controlling the system are not going to destroy the system that is benefiting them. It's on us. And then we're going to have the mindset, the weak-ass mindset of there's nothing we can do. If I change and he changes and he changes, it's not going to do anything. It does because it's collective consciousness. The more people that wake up, it's why I do what I do. I don't think there's 8 million people in the world, 8 billion. That's a lie. It's nowhere near that amount. So every day, if I wake somebody up, that changes the consciousness, the collective consciousness. There's a shift. And whilst the majority are living in fear and scared and going through their lives, being comfortable and not taking chances and not realizing how powerful they are and how beautiful they are and how talented they are, then the life that as we know it will continue as it is now and get worse. Anyone shoved into our collective consciousness is a con. Exactly. Anyone with a mainstream following who's getting interviewed on the mainstream and bringing out books and selling hundreds of thousands of books and got their own TV show and dating celebrities and lives in a mansion. They're the people you avoid. You avoid those people. This channel is already monitored, and everyone that comments so much trigger words that are being typed and spoke. I know my channel gets monitored. It's a disgrace. Thank God I have my own website that I own, the domain, where I can post whatever I want, say whatever I want. Barca, no, they're not winning the Champions League for me. I'm going to post my code later on my website. Not today. It's not. Barcelona will win La Liga, according to the code. And I told you they're going to become the best team in the world soon because of Xavi. Guys, my head hurts. Should I make a smoothie? Somebody tell me if I should make a smoothie. Because my head's boiling. Like, my head's getting hot. Should I make a smoothie to keep me going, or shall I end it? Not my life. I'm not going to end my life. Like, should I end the live? It baffles me every day. I don't know if baffles the correct term. That there's so many people in the world that appreciate what I have to say. So thank you. I think it's why I do what I do. Knowing that there's people that sit through this for hours on end, leave comments, and do it day in, day out. It baffles me. But it's also beautiful. But got to think about my health occasionally. Like now with my head pounding, I've got to put something in my body, all right? Don't end your life all your life. Okay, good advice. Good advice. This is going to be loud, so be patient with me. For some reason, like when I make a smoothie, I usually start singing, and I don't know why. Strange. And I'd give up forever to touch you, 'cause I know that you feel it somehow. You're the closest to heaven that I've ever been, and I don't want to go home right now. Love the Goo Goo Dolls. And I don't want the world to see me, 'cause I don't think that they'd understand when everything's made to be broken. I just want you to know who I am. Who are you though? Do we truly know who we are? Do we truly know who we are? It's a great question. I just want you to know who I am. You don't even know who you are. Okay. Guys, give me a moment. Do you have the time to listen to me whine about nothing or everything all at once? Pretty certain the lead singer of Green Day is a female as well. I am one of those uneducated fools. Alright. So cry me a river. Honey's going in. I love honey. God bless the bees, baby. God bless the bees. What a movie. My girl. Talking about my girl. My girl. Alright, I'm going to have one of these actually. There you go. Dance with me, the way you shake your little body with me. Your eyes take over me, controlling me. You're like they're holding me, they're owning me. Sorry. All right. Come on, baby. Oh. The smile on your face lets me know that you need me. There's a truth in your eyes saying you'll never leave me. The touch of your hand says you'll catch me whenever I fall. You say it best when you say nothing at all. Shit's been burning. Okay, is that mixed enough? Oh yes. Woohoo! When I feel woohoo! When I lie in amazement, all of the time I never saw what I moved. Oh shit, I've got Nutella all over my microwave. Call me Mr. Bombastic, tell me fantastic. Say I'm Mr. Lover, say I'm Mr. Romantic, tell me fantastic. Girl, you're my angel, you're my darling angel. All right, I'm going to do about 20 more minutes. I got one of these little Eggos with Nutella on it. I've got a smoothie. Oh my, I just came back 2 hours, 22 minutes and 22 seconds. What? 40 in the live, 42 likes for your 4-4-2. Most popular formation in football. It's Nutella on an Eggo or something, like a waffle. I don't usually eat this shit, but I need something. I need something sweet, baby. I need something sweet. The person you think of as yourself exists only for you. Every person you meet, have a relationship with, or make eye contact on the street with creates a vision of you in their heads. Jimmy Mack, I love that. There's a TV show called You, isn't there? Didn't Ed Sheeran have a song called You and I, and it over you and I? Well, it's so sexy, Ed Sheeran. This movie is incredible. Wow, this literally tastes like from a professional smoothie place. Wow. Thomas Lockwood, I'm so excited to see you, mate. And I told you, I used to play football for Wakefield. Scored a few goals for Wakefield. And they wear the blue and yellow. Oh, they did. They went out of business, unfortunately, which sucked. And I'm definitely going to see you in Wakefield. Definitely, and hang out in that garden, whatever it is. I am in Mexico, but I'm not going to tell you the city. I've got a few stalkers these days. But I'm in Mexico. Oh, this is absolutely incredible. It is sacred. Mexico's sacred. The energy, especially where I live, right by the ocean. The ocean for me is sacred. The beach is sacred. When you go hiking in the malls, it's like in Bradford now, they're banning people from going hiking in the malls because the wildfires. They don't want you there because there's so much beauty there, and your consciousness levels rise when you go to the beach, when you're in the ocean, when you're in the woods. That's why they got everybody to move out of the countryside to the city to get the big money and the big house. They moved them out of the country because there's so much knowledge there. There's so much positive energy in these places. Like when you go by a mountain and you're away from all technology and everything, people say that they have the clearest thoughts. That's why when I go to Wales, I'm going to go hike a mountain with Red Pill Monkey. Yeah. Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Now you're in New York. Yeah, the concrete jungle, baby. That's New York. And yeah, screw the big cities. I say about this apartment that I live in, it's nice. It's not luxury, but it's my sanctuary. So I can come here, sing, be silly, read, write, code, have beautiful views, go for a swim. Not in my apartment, but a minute away. I just keep it simple because simplicity is beautiful. Simplicity is beautiful. Somebody the other day called me Will Hunting. It's a huge compliment. Obviously, I'm really good with numbers. Good Will Hunting is my favorite movie. And they said, "Oh my God, you like Will Hunting?" I was like, "Oh my God, you know that's my favorite movie." Like, "Oh my, really?" It's like, yeah, my favorite movie. When I knew nothing about numbers. The Big Apple, yeah. All connected to the Garden of Eden, just like the Apple logo with the bite out of it. No, it's not. It's because Steve Jobs' favorite fruit was apple. Come on, stop with the bullshit. The first Apple computer sold for, what was it, $666 or something? It's in Pachuca, Hidalgo. No, that's not where I live. Yeah, London is very similar to New York, isn't it? London is the New York of England. And remember that originally the capital city of England was York. Yes, it was York. Then they changed it to London. And then you got New York, which is basically the London of the US. It's all connected, guys. Just like how Boris Johnson was born in New York, like Donald Trump, and then Boris Johnson resides in London. 10 Downing Street for Satan. God, I made this really good. I don't know. I think this is the best one I've ever made. I appreciate your channel. I appreciate you saying that. 6079, I really appreciate you. I'm glad you enjoyed the book. You're a great guy. Also, freezing things like Greek yogurt and such is really good for smoothies. Just put it in an ice cube tray, baby. All right. I don't know if I can make smoothies at this level every day. I'm set. I'm set for life. The clock tower I'm talking about is in Pachuca. Oh, the clock tower. Interesting. Revelation chapter 18 is spot on there, and I can't believe I don't own this product. He's saying, put a touch of vanilla essence in your milk smoothie. It does make all the difference. I'm telling you, the honey is key. The honey is really what's sealed the deal here. By the way, tomorrow I'm coaching daily. It's an amazing kid. He comes back. He came back from the US on Saturday. I'm going to be back coaching him. I'm excited for that. Guys, still haven't got my tickets to England. People are biting the nails here. Is Illusion going to come or not? I am coming. But I've yet to book it. And that is definitely a weakness of mine, I will say, which I have got better at, to be fair, is delaying booking things. Bit me in the ass coming back from LA. If I would have booked the return ticket about 3 days before It was like 50% of the price. And I left it, and then I checked like the day before. I was like, oh, I'm going to fly tomorrow. I was like, oh, geez. Wow. That's like more than double. Amani Anani, speaking of taking the trash out, I'm going to get rid of you from the live. There you go. AI is clearly Amani Anani. Told me to take the trash out. I just did. It's gone. Boris has blocked you. BJ. Yeah, thank you, Sebastian, for complimenting 6079 Smith. Still have to do a live with him. It didn't work out the other day because I was hungover and I woke up at like midday, which I never do. And I was like, oh no, geez, I missed the 7:30 a.m. live. But again, I've got to sometimes think about myself. 7:30 a.m. on a Sunday. I can't just be obsessing over being the illusion and doing everything people ask. But I did regret that, to be fair. But my excuse is this 6079. It was in my script. I had no choice to go out and party and wake up at midday. It would already have been predetermined. No, it wasn't. I'm only joking. It was my choice to do what I did. I originally went out for one beer and food, got a second one because somebody started talking to me, which led to a third, which led to a fourth, which led to a fifth, which led to a sixth, a seventh, an eighth, a ninth, a 10th, and an 11th. The 11, my favorite number, is when I was like, I think I need to stop drinking right now. And I don't really drink, guys. I've told you all of this. Once every 2.5 weeks, maybe, I'll go out. Guys, why did I just do this? I just blew on my smoothie like it was a warm drink. It's something about this cup, I think. Blowing on that and it's cold. What's wrong with me, eh? No, I can take beer, mate. When it comes to beer, I can drink it all day and all night. Woo! All day, all night when it comes to beer. But it was more about the time. If I would have gone out and stayed out till 5, 6 a.m., I probably would have woken up at like 3 p.m. and lost my whole day. Coffee cup, pretty much. Yeah, that's why I was blowing on my smoothie. 4 or 5 liters of malt beer. Nah, I was in Corona. Actually, my first drink was Dos Equis, which means 2 crosses, 2 X's. And then I went to Corona. And what I do, guys, with the Corona, you should try this in the UK or US, whatever. Put salt around, put your lime around the bottle and then salt. It's way nicer. And I want to know if this is controversial because it's hit and miss for me. It's really hit and miss. Anyone ever had a beer with ice cubes? Has anybody ever had a cold glass, few ice cubes, a beer? Does that repulse you? Well, the other day they brought me this beer glass out with ice, lime, and salt. Poured my beer in it, and it was excellent. It was excellent, and I thought, beer, ice? Are you serious? But I thought, no, I'll give it a go. Something felt right in my soul. I'm going to take a sip, and I was like, wow, absolutely glorious. It was glorious, guys. Corona beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois. Well, they make Corona in Mazatlan, where they make Pacifico and Modelo, which is 45 minutes away from where I live. Matthew 24:8. Nice. 6079 Smith. Do you know my name? Adam Ivor Edwards gets you 248. Kobe Bryant Day and his jersey numbers. My name's 248. Bro, type it in. Adam Ivor Edwards. 248 for another 32. Kobe's jersey numbers. There's another 32 I missed. 24 plus 8. If this was a competition on like the world's greatest smoothies, I would be up there with the possibility of winning. I wish you could taste it. I hope you can feel how good it is just by the way I'm describing it. Smell the honey. You can smell the banana, the mango, the strawberry, the raspberry, the blueberry, it's everything. But it is missing vanilla essence. That means I'll probably get the runner-up. And I'd be like, shit, I know I should have put the vanilla essence in there. MCS plays, it's 1 a.m. in your country. Where are you? Where you at? 1 a.m. You in Europe somewhere? Whereabouts in Europe are you? Wait, Zambia. See, how amazing is this that the Illusion's just chilling with his smoothie and he's got somebody from Zambia listening. Hey, much love. And in regards to Zambia, what's it like living there? Because I have a feeling that Africa, please tell me Zambia's in Africa, is an incredibly beautiful, powerful, pure place to live. Botswana. We got somebody from Botswana? Wow. Wow. 6079 just subbed. 223 is the 48th prime. My name's 322. Wow. Skull and Bones, baby. Yours is 1013 now. Drop the 0. 113. That's brilliant. But no, it's incredible. Let me check it now, actually. I haven't done this in a while. It's been a while. What time is it? 5:05 for your 55. The year my dad was born, the year Bill Gates was born. Take me back to the night we met. What? I don't want to go there. Switch account. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, been haunted by the ghost of you. What was I going to do? Okay, analytics. Audience. Lifetime. It's not showing me. I want to see where people are watching my stuff. Okay, here we go. 36.3% of my followers are between the ages of 25 and 34. Even there, they're doing everything in a 9-year span as well. Aren't they? 25 to 34, 35 to 44, 45 to 54. They're doing that in 9-year spells, the sneaky babies. So let's have a look at who's watching my stuff. This is not ego as well, guys. I don't even have 6,000 subs, so chill out. Let me just read out the countries. I've done this before. See if there's any new ones. United Kingdom, United States, Canada, Australia, Ireland, Mexico, South Africa, India, Germany, Kenya, Netherlands, Indonesia, Sweden, Ghana, Spain, France, Nigeria, Belgium, Romania, where Transylvania is, for the trannies, Jamaica, Philippines, Brazil, Greece, Italy, Denmark, Saudi Arabia, Thailand, Switzerland, Malaysia, Morocco, Serbia, Senegal, Trinidad and Tobago, United Arab Emirates, Austria, Poland, Norway, Russia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Slovenia, Nepal, Vietnam, Israel, Singapore, Guatemala, Bangladesh, Zambia, Turkey, Colombia, Honduras, El Salvador. Wow. All these people, there's people from those nations. What? Oh my God. Nude HD. You're pushing my buttons now. YouTube, get rid of the bots. Get rid of them. If somebody wants to go on an adult dating site, they'll sign up. Prince Harry used to go to Botswana, yeah, for charity. Bullshit. Freemason. No, I said Ireland. It's like the 5th one. I said Ireland. Twisting my melon. Have you tried to replace Elvis? I am Elvis. I'm caught in a trap. I can't hold back because I love you too much, baby. They want an Elvis voice. Give me some stupid glasses, a silly outfit, bullshit sideburns, and I'll be an Elvis impersonator. Easily. Elvis. Bullshit, he died on the toilet of a heart attack after he ate a cheeseburger, whatever they told us. Absolute bullshit. Prince Harry is a classic faker. All the royal family is Freemasons pretending to be princes, princesses, kings, queens. All right? That's all they are. Died on the toilet. Again, died on the toilet. What a load of shit. Just like this adult dating site. Guys, my level of patience is off the charts. Are you aware of that? Are you aware of that? Fixed equals 23, sport equals 23. 23 is 666. Guys, what's Jim Carrey's movie 23? Please. Please, watch that movie. Oh, I've got some cities. Let's do the cities. So I get most of my traction, guys, from London. Oh, cockneys. Gonna fall down the apples and pears, son. So we've got this. Listen to this. Number 1, London. 22,751 views from London. London, Birmingham, New York, Los Angeles, Dublin, Sydney, Chicago, Stretford, Liverpool, Dallas, Leicester, Melbourne, Accra, Leeds, Northlake, Houston, Nottingham, Cape Town, Dakar, Nairobi, Lagos, Hayes, Jakarta, Philadelphia, Manchester, Elmwood Park, Bangkok, no gracias, Kuala Lumpur, Brisbane, Toronto, Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas! There you go. Great impersonation again. Surabaya, Guatemala City, San Francisco, Denver, Kansas City, Clonakitty. Is that a real place? Clonakitty. I have to look this up for myself. Clonakitty. Where's that? Clonakitty. It's in Ireland. Clonakitty. Are you kidding me? Clone a kitty, like clone a cat? Jokers. Absolute jokers. What else have I got on this list? Not even heard of half of these places. Madrid, Casablanca, Seattle, Abuja, Spokane, San Salvador, Baltimore, Barcelona, Charlotte, Bullston, Wolverhampton, Atlanta. It's just crazy that this amount of people listen to me just talk. That's all I'm really doing, isn't it? Just talking, baby. Sorry, did that hurt your ear when I said, Viva Las Vegas? Did that hurt your ear? Did it make you laugh, though? My neighbors are probably raging. Well, they were banging for a week. At least I'm singing. You know what I mean? I'm not... For 8 hours. That's annoying. I dealt with it. Everyone go watch your Time for Judgment recent video. Go get ready to go through the rabbit hole. Time for Judgment, okay. Crumpets. I'm going to go to York, guys. There's this cake place in York. It does like the best cakes. I'm going to go there and have a nice cup of tea. I'm going to put it in a nice cup. I'm going to have I don't know, maybe a scone or a cheesecake, chocolate cake, everything. A few chocolate bourbons, and just sit down and relax. Anyone want to go to York with me? Ooh, woo! Anyone want to go to York with me when I'm in England? Give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah. Somebody give me a hell yeah. Hell yeah, baby. Now I'm doing Justin Timberlake. Have you heard about CERN opening portals? Yeah, I think it's bullshit, to be honest. What CERN's all about is just, again, just trying to bring different realms within this realm. Maybe to bring in the Antichrist, I don't know. Black Forest Gatto. Tremendous. It's been a while. Sara Lee cheesecake. Apple pie. Cherry pie. Rhubarb pie and custard. Wow. Wow. Guys, do you, be honest with you, do you ever listen to me and just think, is this guy nuts? Is he insane? Or do you just like that I'm so random? So smart, yet so ridiculous at the same time. Most smart people, they're always like, well, hello, and if you divide the 2 by the 3, and then you get the x to the y to the 3 to the 2 to the 1 to the 4 to the 3, 2, 6, 5x, and that gets you 52.305, which is the atomic number of molecule X VWX. You don't want to hear that bullshit all the time, do you? You can't just throw these numbers out there and just bang out numbers. You've got to have a bit of banter. You got to just take the piss as well. Got to take the piss. Cry me a river. Oh, won't you cry me a river? I'm almost done with the smoothie. What pisses me off, though, is washing this big thing up. Just getting the last dregs out. Cheers, baby. I'll come to York, baby. Okay, Thomas Lockwood. God, let's get the scones in, eh? Let's get the scones in. Do you like my dimple, guys? I have these dimples. Somebody's pretty skinny guy. Got these cute dimples since I was a child. When I was a child, running in the night, I was afraid of what might be. Hiding in the... I do not know the lyrics. Da-da-da-da following me. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. The hounds of love are calling. Oh, 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 oh. I've always been a child. I can't remember who sung that, and it's definitely not the lyrics. But what a great song, hey? You have the patience of a school grade teacher. It's because I was a school grade teacher. In many ways, I'm extremely patient. In other ways, I get animated. Depends. Deception pisses me off. You saw how angry I got with Jordan Henderson. I punched my table when he had that shirt with the girl who died. I punched the table. It hurt my knuckle, actually. You have the patience of a fisherman. Jesus Christ, baby, the fisherman. Yeah, I've got some water here. You're right. I think I'm getting a bit dehydrated and animated. But at least I'm not constipated. Woo! I feel like I got all the honey at the end there. Yeah, you probably are better than Jordan Henderson. Though Jordan Henderson in a Sunday League team, he won't even stand out. He won't. If you put Jordan Henderson, it's just hit me now. You put Jordan Henderson in like a decent Sunday League team. I bet the people watching it at the end of the game won't go, this Jordan Henderson what's he doing at this level? He'd probably just think he looked like a typical Sunday League central mid. Guy who can run a bit, make a few tackles, make a few basic passes. You probably just think that. He won't stand out. He won't stand out for me. A lot of them, if you throw them in Sunday League semi-pro, they wouldn't stand out. And I believe that hand on my heart, and it's not jealousy for any muppets out there who are going to use that nonsense. How much was a pint the last time you were in England? Like £5? £5? Depends where you are. It's about £5 or £6 in London, about £3 in Yorkshire, about £3. And it's expensive. What I'm going to do a lot when I'm back home... shit, the old elbow again. What I'm going to do when I'm back in England a lot is my mum has a beautiful house and she's so amazing. She lets me invite people around. Is I'm going to buy crates of beer. I've got so many friends in England, it's off the charts, and say, hey, la-di-da-di-da, come to my house. I've got a crate of beer. So I don't necessarily have to go. I don't like the idea of going out and spending 3, 4, 5 quid, 8 quid on a cocktail. Like when I can bring people to my house, when my mum's house, my dad's, my sister's, well, sorry, Dawn, like I've not got your permission. And just bring people around. I like that. I like getting the beers in. I can make cocktails. I used to make cocktails for about 3 or 4 years in a bar. Probably rusty right now. But I'll be inviting some of you out to my house, guys. I guess maybe it's dangerous because I don't know you. Then you're going to know where my family lives. Maybe it's a bit risky. So then again, maybe I won't. I don't know. YouTube is new age television. Yeah. Yeah. Cable TV is dying. Hi, Adam. Love your work. Never commented before. Wow. Thank you, Peter. Thank you for commenting and complimenting me within the comment. A nice compliment in the comment. Thank you. I appreciate you for saying that. I will be in London, yes. I'm flying to London. I've got a decision to make. I can go to London, spend a few days there, but then, well, I've got friends in London as well. Spend a few days there and then head over to where I live. I could directly get from London back home because my friend Flinny said he'll take me. He'll drive me there, which is incredible. And then my mate Greza, much love Greza, said he'd pick me up if I needed it as well. Not from London, but from the airport. I think he thought I was flying into Manchester or Leeds, Bradford. Got so many people that look out for me because they know I'm a good person. I do anything for them. I must have taken people to the airport where I live over 50 times. And it's like an hour drive. And you have to pay 42, yes, everybody, 42 pesos to go through the fast track road. Otherwise, it takes a lot longer. Getting nutmeg feels weird. I'm too busy nutmegging people. But have I been nutmegged in my football career? Yeah. Not often, but yeah, and it hurts. It feels like you're being raped when somebody puts it through your legs. But it doesn't count. It doesn't count if it goes through your legs. No, 42 pesos. 42 pesos in Mexico, not 42 pounds. 42 pesos is about $2. If it goes through your legs, this is a rule, guys. Back me up with this. Somebody puts it through your legs, but they don't come out with the ball, or their teammate doesn't get the ball, it doesn't count. So if they go, oh, got it through your legs, it's like, yeah, but it went out for a throw-in, mate. We've got possession of the ball back. It don't mean anything. Yeah, but I megged you. Yeah, but you didn't come out with possession of the ball. So basically, you messed up. Whereas with me, it's a drop of the shoulder, shimmy through your legs, put it through your legs again just to piss you off, and then I'll burn you for speed. All right? And then I'll burn you for speed, and then you'll want to foul me, and then you'll get yellow carded, and then I'll get in your head even more to the point where you want to snap my leg, you'll go for it, and then you're sent off. I've got so many people sent off playing football because I used to have a big mouth and I could take the piss with the ball. I got so many people sent off. I got hit a few times for being cocky. One guy punched me in the nose. One guy ripped my hair out. One guy nearly snapped my Achilles. A guy grabbed my balls and twisted my bollocks. Said, you smug little whatever he called me. Squeezed my bollocks. I had to report him to the FA. I literally reported him to the Football Association because he squeezed my bollocks. And I couldn't, like, my balls were in pain for like a week. Squeezed them. And when I got my hair pulled, by the way, guys, I used to have beautiful long hair, not this shite that I have on my head now. I had really nice hair, and people would always try pull it. Centre halves. And I would just say, okay, give me the ball now. Give me the ball. I'm going to burn this big lanky twat pulling my hair. Who's he think he is? And then the amount of times I would score and I would go up to them like that, right in front of them like that. You what, lad? I would say, let's go. Woo! I don't think I wooed, but I was like, come on, let's go like that, right in front of their face. I have no fear of people, especially now. Guys, I've almost done 3 hours. This is insane. 5:23. Wow. Did I really just look at the clock and it's 5:23? Which is the 99th prime number? Of course I did. As I have 45 likes, the 9th triangular. Guys, am I getting sick? The old nostril. I think I could be getting sick with all the work I've been doing recently. This live is too long. Did I miss him speak on Pogba? What? How his brother basically called Pogba a magician? Does black magic? No, I haven't talked about Pogba. You want me to talk about him for you? Old number 6. He played at the Red Devils. So, Paul Pogba reveals his brother is part of a gang, extorting him as police take over investigations. So, Pogba's all over the news right now. All right? Pogba's brother had exposed him, or promised to expose him. And Paul denies any wrongdoing. Of course he does. This is just some ritual. This gang reportedly threatened to say Pogba was using black magic on Paris Saint-Germain star Kylian Mbappe as a way of making him pay the money. So again, if Paul Pogba's getting what we're told he gets, like 300 grand a week, I don't think he's got a problem paying off money or helping people pay off money. It's bullshit, but it's just a way. What isn't bullshit is the fact that Pogba will be doing black magic. All right? He's going to be doing black magic, and I think a lot of them do black magic. But I don't know the ins and outs of all of this. Supposedly placed a curse on Kylian Mbappe, who he plays for. But there's something not right with Paul Pogba. There's always been something off with him. It involves a witch doctor, yeah? Where the elder Pogba claims that his brother employed the services of a purveyor of black magic in an attempt to place a curse on Mbappe, who's a female, Kylie. Isn't it weird that all the stuff I talk about, do you not question this with the illusion? Pretty much everything he talks about, and since he started talking about it, it's coming into fruition. Like, how long have I been talking about black magic? And black magic's being used in football, especially by Africans. And now we have Paul Pogba being accused of black magic, which I talk about and people laughed at me. Well, they're not laughing now, are they? Are they laughing now? No, they're not. Pogba's definitely from a Masonic family. That's why his brother also plays pro. The case has its roots in a visit Pogba paid to his family last March during an international break when France were due to play the Ivory Coast African team. While there, several of Pogba's childhood friends complained they had not received any economic benefits from the player since he became a pro. And just because you're friends with somebody who goes on to be a pro doesn't mean they have to give you millions of dollars. 2 unidentified armed men reportedly made the demand for 13 million. 13. Which is a number connected to magic. Then they say it's an unlucky number. Unlucky Paul. Which means it's bullshit, according to reports in France, Mathias Pogba's claims and the actions of Pogba's entourage have come as little surprise to the rest of the Juventus player's family. Pogba has never made any secret of sharing his wealth with his childhood friends. But his largest came to an abrupt end last January when he kicked one of his closest friends out of his home after finding that he had spent 200,000 euros on his credit card. Pogba believes that his brother's claims about witchcraft are an attempt to discredit him. Witchcraft 666, Pogba wears number 6, in the public eye, while Mathias has said he will reveal more secrets about the France star and his agent, Rafael Pimienta. Maybe this is beautiful. This is the age of revelation. Maybe there's an organic side to this. That God's saying, right, we're going to screw you over, Pogba, you satanic sicko. A brief statement issued on Monday and signed by Pogba's lawyers, who are Masons. Every lawyer is a Mason. So, yeah. Witchcraft. Pogba. I keep talking about witchcraft being used in pro sports. Laughed at. See Benzema's celebration yesterday when he became the 7th highest goal scorer in La Liga. The same day Harry Kane became the 3rd highest scorer in La Liga for your 73 or your 37. Benzema, guys, did this. The Baphomet, he did that. As above, so below. I've got the image. It's on my Twitter. It's on my website. Number 9. Hey, Kareem. Number 9. Another guy who, people don't get this, Kareem Benzema is African because he's Algerian, just like Zidane. All right? These French players, the majority of them are African. Nearly all of them. I think Kante is actually French. Mbappe is not French, guys. These players are not from where you think they're from. All right? Just because you see them in a France shirt. Pretty much all of France's team are Africans. Football is one of the most beautiful. It is the most beautiful sport. Yeah, Griezmann's Spanish. It's a joke. Like the closest one you've probably got to being actually French is like Hugo Lloris. But nearly all the other ones are like from Senegal. They're from Algeria, Cameroon. Isn't Mbappe Cameroonian? As above, so below means the dead and living are equal. It could be that. It could be the polarity of life. Theo Hernandez and Lucas Hernandez are Spanish. Yeah, exactly. Hernandez. They don't get more Spanish than that. Yet they play for France. They lie to you about their nationalities as well. No, he can't be related to him because he plays for France and he plays for Spain. It's like, no, because they can bullshit you and do whatever they want because FIFA and UEFA is completely corrupt. I've told you this now about where you live and where you are born. It's a social construct. It's a lie. I'm not English. I'm a beautiful spirit that was born in that area which they called England. I'm not English. Sounds stupid. Yeah, you are English though. No. Who came up? Who said this is England? Wait, isn't that a movie? This is England? Who said this is England? This is France. This is Germany. This is Spain. This is Holland. Who said that? It's the universe. I was born in the universe. Countries are, they just skip me. They're just days, weeks, years, social constructs, time, social construct. All right? It all is. To control us. You're right, Adam. Thank you. There's no borders. Yeah. We should not, none of us should have passports. There should be no borders. Nobody telling you where you can and cannot go. You can't go here because it's dangerous. Well, it's my free will. If something happens to me, that's my fault. All right? Don't you dare tell me where I can go, where I can't go, what I need to wear on my face, what I have to say, what I have to believe in, what's cool, what isn't, what's real, what isn't, what's funny, what isn't. You don't tell me. Nobody will. All right? No, we all believe in our country's sovereignty. Get out of here with that garbage. I get what you're saying. Even Jesus says nations should be sovereign. Yeah. Yeah. It's a universe. Uni means one. All countries have done is divide us and split us up. Why they try and tell us there's so many oceans? Atlantic, Pacific, Indian Ocean. There's one ocean. There's one ocean. There's one sky. All right? Try and tell us that there's multiple oceans. There's not. It's the same vast ocean. But they put a title on everything. By putting the more titles they create, the more divide. That's why there's so many sexualities now and genders.
because it creates divide. And they'll tell you it's for equal opportunity, but what it does is create divide. And then they conquer, divide and conquer is what they do, and they do it better than anybody because we don't learn from our mistakes. We don't learn about historical patterns, do we? I've got to go. I've got to plan this English class. I'm tired. This I feel like was a really strong live that covered so much, especially when I talked about fate and destiny. I could feel that was really impactful. It's really interesting. It's something you have to question yourself. You know what I mean? What is reality? Do your thoughts dictate it? If so, you better change the way you see the world in many ways, or you'll be living in a negative realm. So yeah, I enjoyed this one, even though I'm tired. I've got a shitload of washing up, but it's impacting people. People are appreciating my work. I'm putting in the work day in, day out at a very high level. And God, please, God, allow more people to witness this work. Please. Okay? That's all I'll say. I'll leave it with that. If any of you want my Kobe Bryant book, email me. If you want to check out my website, I'd really appreciate it. If not, no problem as well. That's your choice. Or maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. All right, I'm off. I'm going to hit them with a big old bam. All right? Your lives are great, man. Thank you. Thanks for listening. You own any businesses? Yeah, I've got a coaching company, Coach Football, my own English Football Academy. It's on Instagram if you want to see me in action. English Football Academy. Thank you, Sebastian. Brainwash sheep. What's having a high-paying job got to do with anything? Are you going to get stuck in that? It's got nothing to do with what I talk about, having a high-paying job. Although most people hide away from the truth because it destroys their illusion. It's why you can't speak to doctors about this and people like that, because they've spent years and years and years and years studying and make all this money. They feel like the top of society. You call them out for the bullshit. They don't have it. All right? I don't give a shit how much money somebody's got. I care about their spirit, not their bank balance. I care about the fact that people are spiritually bankrupt. All right? I'd rather be financially bankrupt than spiritually bankrupt, although I've got plenty of money. I've never made any proper bank. You have no idea. But keep crying. That's Amani and Annie. All right, guys. Take care. Much love. Thank you for everything and have a blessed rest of your day. Take care.